Like you're saying about you can turn around, crap, so you can turn around and fight the Nazis or get shot. Run, Mr. Boivin, run.
I'm just saying, as a long supporter of the NSDAP,
There you go, Shadow. Yeah, giant
I
wings.
find that offensive.
But also one thing I want to add to what you say.
Sorry.
If you live by the virtue signal, you're gonna fucking die by the virtue signal, right? Just like they always eat their own fucking crowd. So stop trying to fucking please those fucking mental patients. And yes, stop apologizing. You know, try to be a decent human being, but also try to be true to yourself and stop trying to. Those people are fucking madmen. They're just looking for blood all the time. And once they run out, they're gonna go for your own, right? Brian, you have something to say to that? Because I know you talked about the Joe Cat situation yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, really, the only thing that I could add to it is kind of mimicking pretty much what Bear just stated. You know, this whole issue of cancel culture, it's not to be too dramatic, but it's got to end. You know, and it's kind of gotten to a ridiculous point where, as a content creator, all of us that are putting stuff out there, you know, it's when I'm citing something, I'm speaking my mind, but I have to be very aware of exactly what it is that I'm saying, because I don't want that to come back onto me tenfold, because I know me, I'll go back after them and I go for the jugular, because I don't sit for that shit. It's not something that I condone. I don't condone condemning somebody because of their belief system, because of how they want to dress, because of what they think. But I'm not going to go out of my way to point out you're wrong for doing that. Likewise, I don't expect somebody to come after me pointing out that I'm wrong for believing the way I believe or presenting the content that I present.
Yeah.
It is a ridiculous expectation to have to put onto any content creator or any person out there as they navigate through life, to expect them to know every nuance of, well, I can't use he or she, I can't use they, because if I use they, I'm going to piss off the she. If I use she, I'm going to piss off the he. That you know what? If your chosen pronoun is they and I call you a he, I'm sorry. You know, there's a lot that I have to keep in my mind as to which person wants to be called what.
Where's your sign? If you have words you want me to use when I talk to you, please wear them on a sign around your fucking neck.
Well,
otherwise, stop expecting me to indulge in your mental illness.
Correct. No, you do you, as Bear likes to say. You do you, I'll do me. Mm-hmm. And I think the world will be a better place for it. Now, to the topic of cancel culture, that's just flat out goofy to me. That there can be a complete mob of people that I called them last night keyboard warriors, you know, that will sit behind a keyboard completely anonymous and want to go after the next target. Mm-hmm. I disagree with it.
On those prompting, there's like one thing that fucking bothers me. You know, those, oh, hello, Crafty. Those are like third-person pronoun. They're the pronoun we use to talk about you when you're not there. So now you want to fucking police my language when you're not around. You know, like, go fuck yourself, right? Just like, you know, when I talk to you, I use you.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Yeah. And the other thing is like, I don't want to fucking self-censor myself. If I have to think twice about what I have to say every time I want to say something, it's killing my fun, right? So I'm not gonna associate with you at that point, and you can just go fuck off yourself again, right? And I'm not gonna cause myself cognitive dissonance, right? If I look at you and you look like a dude, I'm gonna refer to you as a dude, right? If it start like not meshing around my wait, Justin Crafty wanted to say something. If I'm start saying something that fuck up with my brain, well, now you're causing me harm, right? In a sense, so that's no good either. Crafty, go ahead.
So to go back to something that Brian said, as far as the keyboard warriors looking for their next victim, I truly believe that there are people out there that are honestly trying to make society better through whatever it is, whatever social justice that they choose. And they're free to do that. 90% of the people who call themselves social justice warriors, they don't care. They are trolls who, as soon as they see somebody falter, they get enjoyment out of watching them crumble, be it somebody they're fighting against or somebody that they used to fight with. If they can watch them crumble, they will. Yeah. Look at Adam Coy-Bell. Look at
it's all a part of
it. Yeah, it has nothing to do with social justice. They're keyboard warriors, like Brian says, looking for the next victim because they get enjoyment out of tearing people down.
Yeah, I just want to go to Baron because he just came in. We didn't say hi yet, man. It's your first time also on that show, and now like I'm being rude. Baron, welcome. You came in.
Thank you.
Do you have anything to say on that topic and stuff like that? The cancel culture, whatever.
Here's the thing. That anybody who subscribes to the cancel culture is the problem. For the simple fact of, if you can't, this is the beautiful thing I love, and as Bears put it, we've kind of built a community here. And, you know, we all don't agree. But the thing is we don't agree. But we respect each other enough to allow each other to speak our minds. And that's the thing, is that with the folks that are in that cancel culture, they don't want to hear any other story, narrative, whatever, because they're right, but they don't want to be told that they're wrong. But when they're sitting there canceling people, they're telling them they're wrong. So it's kind of a catch-22 there. Well, I don't want to hear it, but you know, I'm going to tell you right there, the guy, you know, the weird French guy with the weird freaking beard that can't even speak English, you know, Cody. Cody. But no, that's the thing, is that we can sit here and we sit here. Yes, we pick on each other. Yes, because typically with males, this is how we bond. This is, you know, we take pot shots at each other because, number one, we know that we're joking. I mean, how, you know, we see it all the time with Bear and Mr. Max. I do it with Connell on Table Breakers. You know, he'll say something stupid. I'll kick him out of the chat for about 3 seconds, and then bring him back into the studio. You know, but the thing is
you're all fair game.
Exactly.
Connell isn't sober enough to remember, so don't worry about it.
Well, here's the thing. I have known Connell for several years prior to this. So, you know, Andy, I love you to death. And, you know, that's the thing, is that, you know, I know what buttons I can push, and I know what ones I don't. And the thing is I know, like, with like some of your personal stuff, I don't touch that. Mm-hmm. But, you know, when you run a railroad, people are going to run over you. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Pick it on your game again, Connell. Jesus Christ. Okay, look.
We know each other, and we, like, sometimes people in chat like say, "Oh, you say that," like, you know, we know each other, and we talk to each other, and we talk to each other off stream as well. So, you know, like, sometimes you don't get a whole picture. We can be nasty. Go ahead, Bear.
But there's a moment. I have another point to make. But there's a moment where I'm like, "Hey, Mr. Max, you know, if I go too far, let me know." You know what I mean? Like, we all know that. We all know we can go, "Hey, man, that was a bit off base." You know what I mean? Maybe dial that shit down a little bit. But here's the thing. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Brian, and then I'll finish my second point.
No, I'm after you.
Okay. Here's the thing that a lot of people, and I don't want to presume or know anything about what the rest of your lives have been like, but I know what his has been like, and I know what mine has been like. And we came from a world where fuck around and find out was reality. And when I see these people going after people, how many, 2 videos now on my channel where I just fucking went off about people coming after, like, Mr. Max, Mr. GM Cody or Max Liao or whatever, going after people that are with me because they don't like me. So instead of attacking me, they attack those people. Motherfucker, that is the fastest way to figure out the business end of my size 15 foot. Okay? And I was trained how to use that foot. It's not just to kick you in the ass. It's all fucking bring it up and make your nose look flat. I am sick of these, pardon my French, and this is a rant. I'm sick of the pussy sniping bullshit that goes on that would never happen to your face. would never happen in a room where you were within arm's reach. I'm not saying might makes right, but I am saying Colonel Colt had a point when he said an armed society is a polite society. And when people, we learned this the hard way coming up in Gen X, run your mouth, get a punch for the fucking mistake you made, learn not to run your mouth again. And it was as simple as that. And yeah, you can say, oh, that's a horrible society. You know what? We weren't doing the shit people are doing today ever since we decided to not. That's horrible when you do that. That's horrible if you lay hands on someone. Work in my worlds. Work in the worlds I lived in where if I didn't lay hands on someone, someone might go to the hospital or worse. I have filled out paperwork at morgues. I have dealt with that shit. I've done police reports on people who have died in front of me because of the way humans who are not polite and live beneath the veneer of civility behave and treat each other. We need to stop. We need to stop attacking each other. We need to stop fucking pontificating on each other. We need to stop going after everybody because eventually the pendulum will swing the other way. And I don't want to be around when that fucking happens.
Yeah. We'll go Brian, then Crafting Gamer, Justin, and Cody.
Holy shit, Max, well done.
Brian, go ahead.
So I'm a product of the early 70s. You know, that's when I was born. And getting into watching television, I don't know, I was probably 8, 9 years old at that point. If there was something on TV that I didn't like, I changed the channel.
Yeah.
I didn't bitch to the you know, cable company or to the broadcasting company that, you know, oh, I don't like soap operas, so, you know, you need to start airing stuff that I like. I didn't do that. I just changed the channel. And in the day and age that we're at, I cut cable about a month ago. I downloaded, or not downloaded, but I got a Roku. I've got over 1,200 stations now that I can watch. In addition to Sling, we have Sling. That's another, I don't know, 1,800 channels. If there's something on that I don't like, there's something else on that I can find to watch. I don't have to bitch to the company that they're airing stuff that I don't like. YouTube, you know, how many different content creators like us are out there for D&D, for any other role-playing game, Pathfinder, Morkborg, Battletech, anything.
Morkborg.
Awesome game. But how many content creators are out there making that kind of stuff? If there's something out there that you don't like, find a different YouTube channel to watch. It's not difficult.
Crafting Gamer, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well said.
My thing comes all the way back to when we were saying about giving each other bullshit. I'm very much was raised Billy the Kid style, not kill people, but if he didn't like someone, he wouldn't steal their horse. He'd only steal the horse from someone he liked. I'll only give bullshit to people I like, which kind of comes over to the second thing. I also only give bullshit to people I know, because I've learned the hard way. You give bullshit to somebody you don't know, they immediately take offense to it. And then I also have to learn that even after you know for a fact someone can really take it, there is such a thing as too much too fast. I kept calling Justin kept saying we had to call ourselves Grundle Punchers. So I was making the joke, oh, no, you could call yourself Justin Puncher instead. And he's like, dude, do you have a serious problem with me? It's like, no, man, once I get to know you, I really give you bullshit. And I knew you could take it. But at that point, I realized I probably the level was fine, but that was too quick in the
bro.
Too quickly how it escalated.
That wasn't what I was getting at. You changed your tone.
Oh, yeah, almost 180.
Yeah, so I wasn't expecting that. I thought I'd done something to piss you off.
That's all right. Water under the bridge.
No,
that's my weirdness.
Yeah, you know,
you're gonna after we're gonna go to you, Crafty, after Cody. Justin first, then Cody, then Crafty. I'm keeping an order.
Train of thought, so skip to the
Sorry,
next.
You lost your train of thought. Cody, you have something to add to the conversation?
Yeah, well, my thoughts are pretty multi-layered here, so I'll try to be brief. First off,
take your time, man. You don't talk that much.
Yeah. Well, first off, I was raised not to talk shit about people behind their backs. So if I got a problem with you, I'm going to tell you to your face.
Yeah. Jim Cody, I got a problem with you.
Yeah, please tell me if you got a problem with me.
No,
I'm all about it. But that's just the way I was raised. Like I don't talk shit about people behind their backs. Now I might have thoughts in my head about somebody that obviously I censor myself. I'm not going to like just, oh, fuck you, like not always. I restrain my emotions, but at the same time, if I have a problem, I'm going to let you know about it.
That's just
So, that's just the way I was raised. The other thing is the cancel culture thing. I was really up in arms about it a few years ago, but now I realize that the best way to deal with this is just ignore these fuckers altogether. I just don't pay attention to this shit. I don't talk about it. If you go to my channel, you'll never see me talking about it. I don't talk about it on streams. This is the first time I've actually talked about it, period, on YouTube. I just ignore these fuckers, and that's the best way to handle it. Just act like they don't exist. Do not give them attention. That's the problem with the media, right? They give them too much attention. That's the whole reason we know it. Just don't fucking pay attention to them. Just pay attention to the stuff you care about. Now, the flip side of that, though, is also if you want to know something about something, you need to look at both sides of the coin, right? You can't just say everything about whatever the subject is, history, gaming, science, whatever.
Yes.
You have to look at all sides and all the information, extrapolate all that information, and then you can come to a conclusion about what you think about it, right? And then that's evolving too. You have to evolve your opinion. And the same thing applies to this, right? I have friends that are on the extreme left. I have friends that are on the extreme right. And I've lost many friends over the last few years because of this culture, this cancel culture that's come to be. Now, 10 years ago, I could talk to my friends on the extreme left and the extreme right, and we could discuss a topic we didn't agree with, and we might change each other's minds. We might not, but at the end of the day, we could still drink a beer, shake hands, and go about our night. Now, that's not so. I've lost flocks of friends because we can't have a simple discussion anymore about some subject we don't agree with. And you know what? That's fine, because I wouldn't consider you a real friend. You're not even somebody I want to fucking hang out with if you can't have a civil discussion with me in that manner. So that's basically my 2 cents on it summarized. And really, I just don't think we should give any attention to these fuckers. Don't talk about them. I don't even know who Jenny D is. Like, you people keep talking about all these big YouTubers and stuff. Like, I just vaguely know who they are because I don't fucking pay attention to them. I don't care. Like, I know I've seen maybe one video and I'm just like, okay, this person's a moron. Like, why give them attention? Let's move on. Let's talk. I'd rather listen to Bear. I'd rather listen to Max. I'd rather listen to Brian. I'd rather listen to Connell or Baron G talk about stuff that really matters and I care about, people that are real and genuine and not just trying to, get hate votes, basically. Like, fuck those people. Let's give the attention to the people that really matter. Right. And that are really passionate and care about what they're talking about.
I think that's a very healthy attitude. Before we go to Crafty wanted to say something. I just want to say welcome to Brian, back from England. So
yeah, that's
I didn't even recognize Brian because he doesn't have the background behind him.
Yeah, without Big Ben there, how are we supposed to tell who you are?
He's got the "I'm huge" camera angle going.
I'm on my phone because everyone's watching movies and building Legos, but it's getting close to midnight for you guys. I'm like, I have not done hardly any of this holiday streaming that everybody else has been doing. I'm like, I feel left out. I want to join.
I have a family.
Yeah, you want to.
No one likes a braggart, Brian.
Be on as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brian. We're gonna come back to you, Brian. Crafty wanted to say something. So I'm just gonna go. Crafty, go ahead.
So to what Bear was saying, and then also to what Cody was saying, is that Gen X, we did grow up, ribbing on each other and stuff like that, right? I grew up, I played sports. I also went to the arcades and stuff like that, right? And there is no amount of locker room shit talk that goes on, right? And even when
beard is fake, bro.
Even when you're on one side of the line of scrimmage, and as a linebacker, you look at the quarterback and you said, "Hey, I'm gonna fuck your sister just as good as I just about fucked you," right? That's locker. Everybody knows that that's locker room talk, and I think that these newer generations have lost the ability to do that with one another. I rip on Connell something fierce, but that's only because I like him, right? And he knows it. right? Just like you were saying, Bear, we're all a group of guys here. And I guarantee you, out of everybody here, I'm probably the most toxic of you all. But
it's a three-way heat between you, Mr. Boivin, and Justin, frankly, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. But you all tolerate me because you all get me, and I get you. And honestly, I just think that I think people need to realize that, hey, when I'm talking to my friends and you're over there, if I'm talking to my friends and you say, hey, you can't say that, and then you cancel me over something that I said to my other friend, that's not cool, man, because you don't know what's going on.
Well,
Connell? Sorry, Justin.
Sorry, Connell. The point I was going to make earlier that I forgot is someone said we got to stop with this canceling stuff, and it's like no one in our community does that. It's their community.
Well, some people kind of did that, but it's also like I think like in our community is also like when somebody like is trying to attack you, canceling you, like don't fucking bend the knee. That's also like even if you're not yourself trying to cancel somebody, when you bend the knee to the cancel culture, you are taking part into it. I'm sorry to say that's part of it.
I don't consider pundit part of our community.
No, well, it's Brian, I'm gonna come back to you. Connell wants to say something, then I'm gonna go to you, Brian.
I think it's interesting. Only one of you guys here I've actually met in person, which is Baron, and I've known him off and on for years. Since I've been doing this, there's been a few people I just don't enjoy, and I don't go on streams with them. But as a whole, Bear, Mr. Max, Cody, I don't really know, but seems pretty cool. Justin and his fucked up thoughts. I enjoy hanging out with most of you guys. I don't mind, I take a lot of shit. Bear, you take a lot of shit. And Bear called me, what was it? He called me Barney from The Simpsons.
No, compared to you, Barney is sober.
Brian, you have
to
something
give
to
you
say?
the John Vernon line, Connell?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
No, I just wanted to say thanks, guys. I'm out of this, and I told the family that I was taking a dump, and I've kind of gone past that 45-minute.
Sir, I congratulate
allotment.
you.
So I kind of need to escape. But I did have a question I wanted to ask because I'm going to tune in, put my little earbuds in, and keep listening to the show. But I have a question for you all that you don't have to answer right away, but as you get through the rest of the evening, I'd like to hear what everybody else's answers would be. What would be your best advice or course of action should you run across comments that are attempting to cancel you or a streamer or content creator that you can personally vouch for?
We
With
can
that,
do that. Baron,
I'll
you
leave
wanna
you.
take that? Thank you very much, Brian, for joining me. I'm sure we're gonna talk to you again sometime soon.
Yes, absolutely.
It's been a pleasure. Take care, man.
Brian, before you run,
Happy New Year.
by the way, you're about to spend 2024 eating a lot more fiber because your wife's not going to be like, "What the hell? Why did it take you so long to take a dump?" So your fiber count's going up.
No kidding.
Just tell her
Happy New Year, Brian.
Your stool.
Thanks. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
That
Baron, you want
gentleman,
to
by the
start
way,
with that?
he was just real fast. He was the first YouTuber I met, and he helped me with my channel so much I can't even begin to say so. He is a class act, gentleman, and if you haven't subscribed to him, please do because his channel is nice and he is a good man.
I've been watching his Morkborg review while we've been talking.
Oh wow! Well, we've been talking. That's
yeah. Justin, paying attention to everyone. I know. Yeah. All right, who is next?
Baron,
Connell? No, Baron G was next.
Baron wanted to go to take that one first about the comment.
I'm gonna go next.
Yeah.
So me or Connell? I missed that.
You, Baron.
Okay.
Then we're gonna go
So,
Brian, and then we're gonna go Crafty and Connell, I guess.
So I actually was part of a cancel campaign when, even before, I was in my infancy. We had just started really doing table breakers and everything else. And a gentleman whose name's already come up once, I'm not going to repeat it, decided he was going to come into all of my chat stuff and just lay out hate and everything else. And I finally got to a point where I think I was on Legion of Myth when it all kind of came to a head, because we were talking about it, and I got it. Max, God love him, he was like, that was intense, because I looked straight at the camera and this is what I said, and it worked, because he wound up deleting everything off of his channel and then restarting it later, or his channel got wiped out or something. I don't know, but anyways, he's a DM, and there's a bird in his name, and I'll just leave that there.
Oh yeah, okay.
But I told him exactly this: if I have to be the villain in your story to make you feel better about yourself, then I'd gladly take that mantle, and I will be the villain that you may not want, but the villain that you're going to need in order to make it through. You can try to cancel me all you want, but unfortunately, the villain always does come back again and again and again. And for everyone you're their hero in their story, there's 10 more that you're the villain of, and I'll be your villain.
So basically, you just like embrace it in a sense.
Yeah. Completely. And it was not quite as intense, because the emotions were flooding it at that point, but it literally was okay, if I have to be your villain, okay, I can be your villain. You may not like the consequences, but I'll be your villain.
Based on that, I'd like to announce that I am recruiting for the League of Scum and Villainy.
Brian, I'd be curious to have your view on that, like on negative comment and people like trying to partake in cancel culture and comment and stuff like that, because you're a nice guy. You're probably the nicest guy in this panel here right now, by far. Well, except maybe Cody. Cody's pretty nice too.
I'm a nice guy.
Oh, you're not.
Seriously, have I ever been mean to anyone?
Yes.
I want proof of this.
I think it's Brian's turn to talk right now. You're being mean to Brian.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Brian.
very mean.
I will do penance.
So I do think this is all kind of interesting, because part of the reason that I started my channel was because of just how far down like the cancel culture war kind of stuff had gone, and I wanted to just put out positive content. Like when I started, like I never even put my name out there, because everybody's like, oh well, you're gonna get doxxed and you're gonna get, whatever. So I didn't even mention my name. And I'll be honest, part of the reason that I do have my name out there now, and even my wife's name, like if you paid attention to my channel early on, she's the peanut gallery. It was because I would do live streams, and this was even before the banging of pots and pans. But she would come through, and she would I'd be talking about something, and she'd just start making snarky comments. Yeah, she is. She's having fun building her Harry Potter Legos.
No, she isn't.
Yeah. So I didn't really get into any of this to try and just cause controversy. I just wanted to put out some positive content talking about things that I enjoy. But then as far as Brian Game Master's question, as far as how do we react to cancel culture attempts, literally going back a month ago to somebody on this panel who may have been a target of it, and I'll even say it here publicly. I'm going to say at least partially, I don't even want to say deserving, but like I understand sort of why it happened. But it did make me stop and think, okay, why do I associate with this person? Are the attacks being leveled at him, being leveled at everybody else? Are they justified? And most importantly, though, I think that what helped me decide how do I actually go through and approach this person and any subjects or whatever was actually talking to the person. And I didn't even talk about the specific subject, but seeing how he reacted and how he talked about whatever the situation was, I realized, you know what? For me, I find some of those views detestable. I've even said as much to this person.
You don't have to be so vague, Brian, you know?
Shut up, Max! I don't know who all's in the audience listening, how much they know. I'm just trying to be nice. But
I made a video about it. I'm pretty open about it.
No, but that's the thing is I also want to address it in kind of a general context. I don't want it to be just well, Mr. Max is a piece of shit, but you know, I've come to terms. No, it's because I do look at it as how I should approach any situation. You know, because at the end of the day, putting all of those things together instead of just, cancel culture mob or, you know, hot button topic. Okay, this is how I must react. I literally took it as, no, I need to gather more information. I need to parse, what is my actual response going to be? And in the end, my response was, screw the other guy who's trying to stir up all of the nonsense. And I blocked and shut all of his stuff down and got him out of my feed. And even if there are things that I don't like that Mr. Max says, I would rather him be in my group because I think overall he is a positive benefit than the person who was trying to cancel. So that's how I approach it. Anyway,
I appreciate that. And you know, I think I'm a pretty nice guy when you talk to me. I don't think I come across as being hateable.
No, you are, and that's the thing. Is it is your approach, understanding you, and that is how we are supposed to relate with one another. It's not supposed to be the mob says this is a bad person, go follow the mob. You know, and so whether it's Mr. Max or Justin or Crafty or whoever or Cody, because Cody, you know, we all love Cody, but let's be there's the dark side of Cody that's going to come out eventually. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up.
I know he has a tattoo of Baphomet on his chest.
I don't know if he's gone that far, but regardless, my point is, if those kinds of things happen, that is how we should approach it. I'm not saying you.
Oh,
go ahead. Sorry.
This is why Mormons should be allowed to have coffee, because if they don't get it on a regular basis, this happens.
Yeah. I was just going to say, and the ink was derived from baby blood. But, you know.
You're muted, Mr. Max.
One fucking pro-streamer moment.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It was very professional of you.
Yeah. So basically, you're saying like, approach the people, talk to them, and see what's up. Don't fucking follow them up. That's basically your advice.
Yeah, and I'm not even saying you can't decide. You know what? I don't want to associate with this person anymore. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't be because the mob told you to not associate with the person. It's because
the mob said not to associate with him. Well, I'm
Hey,
gotta go. Sorry.
I kind of know a guy. I know a guy, you know, and the guy said, you know,
Hey, I'm just saying that Mr. Boivin, I don't know that guy. I wouldn't hang around with a guy like that if I was
man,
you.
I'm like that with the
You got a
malls.
real nice channel there. Be ashamed if something happened to it.
But
Now this
But
is
I think
where
that's-
I paraphrase a Hitler quote, but the only one I can think of is so.
You're doing it on the right channel.
Go ahead.
The only one I can think of is there's nothing I respect less than an irrational anti-Semite.
Crafty, you wanted to say something? I don't know if you still.
So going to Brian, not Mormon Brian, but bearded Brian.
He's not here anymore.
We both have beards.
Yeah, but
Much better bearded, Brian.
No. You don't have a beard compared to
Brian than I.
So I think it was last year. Last year, I actually dealt with my own cancel. And there is so sometimes. Well, no, this one Bear. So I had made comments about a GM's game and how I thought it was trash. Which
I heard about this.
Which I'm free to do, right? I'm free to tell somebody that they're a trash game. You can call my game trash. I don't care. So, but this person and his friend decided to paint me as a child molester and use things that I had said in various chats and strung them together in a video. And somehow, some way, that video made it all the way to my work's HR department. And I found myself sitting in front of my bosses trying to explain the things that I have said online. So when you're dealing with that kind of a cancel, sometimes there is no rational thought. There is no rational speaking you can say to the other person. You just block them and you send them a cease and desist.
Yeah.
You hire a lawyer.
That should have also happened to your HR department. Your HR department should have been told, you will apologize to me right now, or I'm suing the company.
Yeah, HR department.
Well, no. So the HR department, the HR departments, they're there to make sure that the company is protected. In talking with the HR department, they said, "Oh, this is stupid. This isn't anything like that," and they even recommended me to go get a lawyer to write a cease and desist and to get this person to stop, and that worked, and it ended there.
We'll talk about that one in private, Crafty.
Huh?
We need to talk. You and I. We need to talk about that in private at some point, Crafty.
Oh, really? Yeah. Why? Oh, because of
Yeah, exactly.
He's got some dark web links for you.
Well, no, but
he's
what's
got
funny,
more Hitler quotes than I do.
What's funny is that this person, after I sent him the cease and desist and everything like that, this person actually reached out to me via DM or whatever and said, "Hey, I'm really sorry for what I did. I'd just like to bury the hatchet. Would you like to come on Discord and just talk about it?" And it's like, no, fuck you. You've gone too far. You went too far in trying to take away my livelihood. So in answer to Bearded Brian, Brian the Game Master, is that sometimes when it comes to cancel culture, you can't say anything to those people. You actually have to go a legal route.
Yeah, you get a lawyer up. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Connell wanted to say something earlier. I don't know if you still want to. Connell,
I'll just comment really quick to Brian's question. I hang out with Bruce. I hang out with Baron. Bruce is one of my favorite people in the world, but he doesn't always come off, nor do I come off well. I have had people say, "Hey, I'd love to have you on the show, but you hang out with table breakers." And I'm like, "May I ask where the issue is?" And most of the time it's just, what was brought up. I'm like, okay, whatever, go fuck yourself. Because me and my friends are having a conversation on YouTube. If you don't like it, that's awesome. You go do you.
The thing is, And the thing is kind of piggyback on that with Connell, is that most of us have known each other, with the exception of Crafting Gamer, have known each other for at least 15 to 20 years. You know, outside of YouTube and everything else, we've sat at tables together and everything else. So, you know, that's one thing that's huge with the way that's set up, is that we've just known each other for damn near ever.
Right. And the second thing is, there's actually no one on YouTube I would have canceled for the most part. I mean, there's people out there I don't get along with, people out there that don't like me. Prime examples, I probably watch like 2/3, no, more than that, most of Shauner's videos. Shauner's not a big fan of mine. He says things about me that are not cool, but whatever. But I watch his videos because I think he produces some good shit. I'm not going to say, hey, we should cancel somebody because he's being an asshat to me. If I said, hey, I want to cancel somebody because there's asshat of you at me, then how many, even in this panel, would I be,
Would be me. I've never been an asshat to you, bro. In fact, I've told you should stop being an asshat to yourself.
Oh, that's how it was. My bad.
Yeah, it's true. Justin, you want to speak next? You want to say your piece next? Deal with cancel culture. Then we go to TCG, and then we do the top row. What?
I'm a little too.
Yeah, I'm getting there too. TCG, something to say about like cancel comment and like the cancel culture, cancel mob, going after people in comments, shit like that.
I haven't had it happen to me, other than, I don't know if he's still here, but Chandra made it clear that I was just a waste of space on
whoa, that's my
Legion
title.
of Myth stream, and I'm like,
It's
just not worth it.
Yeah, man. Well, come on. Tell him to give you your own title.
Chucklehead right out, because that belongs to Victor Gorchev.
No, be Chucklehead too. So
for a little while, I thought I was like going to make some sort of video about it. It's like, you know what? That's a lot of freaking effort, and it's like, unless someone comes, well, I think, I can't say for a fact because it hasn't happened, but I think if someone comes after friends of mine, like in Bear's case, I might do something. But against me, I don't think I'm going to really feel like it's worth it.
Yeah, but you know, people are allowed to dislike other people as well, right? You know, it's like, it's no crime. Fuck's sake, man. You know, it's the internet. It's a big place, right? You're gonna have people with different opinion. People have a right to have their opinion, right? We need to stop fucking being so pissy about it, right? You're just like, this guy didn't say something bad about you, or about this guy doesn't like you. Yeah, so what? Just fucking move on. Why do you care about the opinion of people that don't like you, right? I care about the opinion of people who likes me. I care about the opinion of people I like, you know, my friends, stuff like that. Their opinion matters a little more. People that don't like me, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you feel that way. I hope you don't lose sleep about it. But, you know, I got other stuff going on in my life. Sorry, I'm thinking like that. I guess maybe that's my turn.
Yeah.
Cody,
and
sorry, you wasn't done. Sorry, Crafting Gamer. Finish your thought.
Yeah, that's one more thing I was going to say, which is a Nerds bingo card for Bear needs 2 more things. Silently agrees and silently disagrees.
I don't think those really fit.
I think that finger on the cheek.
Have you actually watched him? He'll just sit there and shake his head with a very serious look on his face.
2 streams a week with the guy. No, he'll do it silently, but I guarantee you're going to hear what's actually happening in his head, like within moments. So,
no, you will never hear what's
not always
happening. In my head, it would make no fucking sense to any of you.
Yeah, it's just like a hamster on a wheel.
It's a 3-year-old hyped up on Mountain Dew.
And Ridley.
Love of Jesus, let Cody go, please.
Yeah, Cody, what do you say to Brian about those cancel culture and comments? Shit and
you got
like
4 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's true. It's fucking midnight. Well, maybe Bear's gonna go after midnight.
So I haven't had this problem on my channel yet. I'm sure I will sometime. Maybe I don't talk about these subjects on my channel. I just talk about games. I keep it to that. I don't talk about like political subjects on my channel, and probably never will. That doesn't really interest me too much. I like talking politics with people one-on-one or in a small group, and I only like talking politics with people I know are not going to that are actually interesting and smart people and know what the fuck they're talking about, not just talking out their ass. So that's the only time you'll find me talking politics. If you notice, I'm pretty silent about it because I just don't talk about it very much. But if somebody actually came at me and tried to cancel me, I would probably be just polite to them first off. And then second off, I probably would just, if they really press the situation, I'd probably just ignore them.
Yeah.
I'd probably just write them off. Okay, well, cool, dude. Like, that's fine. Or I'd probably be like, okay, I'm sorry you don't agree with it. What did you not agree with? Let's talk it out. And like, that's the way I am. I want to hear their perspective and, hear what they have to say. And, whatever you want to cancel me, go for it. Have fun. I don't really care, to be honest. Like I didn't create a YouTube to become a celebrity. I didn't create YouTube to make it a job. I didn't create a YouTube to get viewers or subscriptions. I created YouTube to share my passion with people that share the same passion I do. So if that is 10 people or if it's 4,000 people, I don't give a fuck at the end of the day. So cancel me all you want. It doesn't really matter to me. You know what I mean? So generally I just don't really care, and I would just kind of ignore it and probably be polite and just move on.
Mm-hmm. Good sir, that's a rational approach. You're dealing with irrational people.
Yeah, Bear, I was about to give you the floor, but now we're approaching midnight, so maybe I'm just going to talk a bit about like what Cody said. I think it's a good advice. Usually, if you wait 48 hours, usually like if you don't respond and you don't buy it and stuff like that, like you and the people you associate with you, just fucking like let it go, and then it's gonna blow out over. And yeah, like that's usually what I do as well. Like I don't apologize. That's what I would say, and I just say like, you know what, you allow not to like me. It doesn't bother me, right? Don't lose sleep over it, guys. We're coming up on midnight here, so 30 seconds on my clock. I wanted to put a fucking clock on stream, but I failed.
This program
3 hours where I am.
What?
All right, turn it off. I'll get to it here in a minute. Let it cool down, bud.
So yeah,
I think we got 1 minute.
Yeah,
oh,
well,
sorry, my brain's broke and I don't know which finger to use.
Like for people in the Eastern time zone, we're gonna do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Happy 10 o'clock.
Happy 11
Move to a
o'clock.
real time zone, Brian.
Yeah, I was like, it's live in here. I'm like, okay.
Move to the only true time zone.
Yeah, but people that are not in the Eastern time zone, well, you get to do it over again in 1 hour. So
aren't you lucky?
It is what it is.
Your celebrations are
9 o'clock.
Fake and late, and words we're not allowed to say on YouTube.
Yeah. Bear.
It's not 9, Crafty. That's the stroke talking.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a stroke.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help that one.
That's okay. I look like shit.
Crafty. Serious question. How many manila envelopes do you think you've permanently forgot about and will never find? On percentage.
That's not a serious question, but
on percentage, like how many stashes do you think you'll never find?
That joke's never dying, is it?
No,
Yep.
no.
The last hunter-gatherer of Gen X.
Absolutely.
In about 80 years, when they tear his house down, it'll just like they'll knock a wall down and it'll just porn will fall out.
Well, you see,
that all the time.
That's the thing. You know that I'm your friend when I tell you where to find the box.
Do you remember where the box is?
It's in the forest somewhere.
Let's just move on. Bear, give you an answer, Brian. Please.
No. I mean, if it's anywhere, it's in a bunch of old cigar boxes.
It's
no, Connell,
to the bottom of the drawer in the hallway on the second floor.
No, see, you missed it. You missed the talk. I was saying that, for Gen X, we're the last hunter-gatherers of porn. And in every single city there is around, right? There is a forest, and there's always a random box of porn in the forest. This is something that is not unique to my town. It just exists in every town. that if there is a forest, there's guaranteed to be an unmarked box of porn in it. And when you find it, it makes the Zelda sound.
I never found porn in my forest. I found a woman's vibrator.
Same.
It
just means
Happy New Year, bye.
It's just the person that found the porn left their other things.
Bear, can you give your answer to Brian, please?
God, no. It's a new year, so here we go. Baron, shut up. Here you go. This is the new year. I'm going to tell people to shut up. And Mr. Max, work on your dad voice. It's how you control a room. You know how to do this voice. You were
I'm not a dad. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. All right. No joke. All bullshit aside, cancel culture is bullshit. You can't cancel me because I don't give a fuck what you say. Okay? I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about
Bastard Sword.
No, I don't.
Miniatures.
So shut your mouths.
Rattlejack.
Listen, do not let me start 2024 by explaining to you how you're bad children. Now,
Yeah.
Nerds made the bingo card that has gotten a lot of jokes and chuckles. And I thought it was funny. I wasn't offended by it at all. And then people started going, you should put this, you should put this, you should put this. And she went, all right, it's starting to, like, we're feeling like we're on the edge of bullying. And I'm like, can't disagree with her at this point in time. Well, so this is the nerd card. If you mind, Mr. Bax, if you could just punch up the image that I've got loaded up there for you.
Yes.
And then, so this is the one. It's all jokes and chuckles and and you can read it at your leisure, you know, about all these things Bear does on his stream. Then last night, she sent me this one. And it was her way of letting me know that she cared. And it was all the nice stuff I do on my stream. And it literally touched me. It touched me deep in my soul. Like I felt it. That's why I do this. That's why I'm here. And that's why you can't cancel me. Because people like this exist. We can take the shit out of each other one day and then remind each other why we like each other the next day. And anybody who's got a fucking problem with us, or anybody's got a fucking problem with something we say, or someone who's got their fucking panties in a bunch, let them. Like Cody said, ignore them. Just fucking live your life, man. I'm not even going to have a conversation with them about why they got a problem with me, because that's their fucking problem and I'm not making it mine. I know I am not a nice person. I'm aware that I'm not a nice person, and I had to learn to not be a nice person so I could survive in some very bad places. But as the person who nicknamed me Bear said, I'm a good person. And you can rely on me when the shit hits the fan. You can rely on me when the chips are down. I will be there. I will have your back. I may tell you you're a fucking moron and give you a smack in the back of the head, but you'll be safe when everything's said and done. And if more of us were worried about being good people instead of nice, likable people, this world might actually be a better fucking place for a change. Thank you for attending my TED Talk.
Apparently, so you can there's like a flying car in 2024. Not so far. I haven't seen any. So far, everything seems pretty much the same.
Yeah. Now, I just want to. I
have a place for you. I have a room for you if you want, Crispy. By the way,
I want to reiterate one point. No one in our community needs X cards at their tables, or thinks they're needed. Everyone in their community thinks they're a minimum requirement. So that should tell you about the personalities in these two communities. You know?
X card? Fuck X card.
Exactly.
It's
Connell wanted something, then we go Crafty.
I agree. I fully agree with the fuck X cards. I find that I do have a variation of them when I do run a game for kids because it's like hurting cats.
Play with people under 10.
Well, no. I know that's what I said. It's from like 10 to 15, 15 to 18, then there's the adult game.
You're not helping your case.
Yeah.
We're talking later, Connell.
We've already called the cops.
Christopher Hansen.
I gotta go flush some shit down the toilet. Hang on.
Wrong cops.
Now everybody fucking class up your act. We have Crispy here.
Oh well,
I love
nice.
Crispy. Happy New. Well, you're in the Pacific time zone as well, so it's gonna be later
Yes,
for you. But
just past 9. Yeah.
you're already in
Crispy,
2024.
you need to go over to Rick's place and take his booze away from him.
Take his booze away. What's that
No,
mean?
Rick's
From-
sick.
from earlier.
Yeah, he's sick. Yeah,
He's
yeah. Well, it's not
hopped
booze
up on
for Rick as well.
Buckley's and all of that.
Yeah. Sorry, we gotta come back to you. Crafty wanted to say something.
I just really quickly wanted to say Happy New Year to you guys. I'm getting pretty tired, so I'm probably going to head off to bed, even though it's only 9.
Right.
It's been a hell of a week.
Hey,
Get a
glad
good
that
nap,
you're home.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, man.
Thank you. So,
Take it easy, Crafty.
anyway, you guys all take care. Happy New Year to you, and I'll listen for as long as I'm awake.
Well, we'll
Happy
talk to
New
you
Year,
about the whole
Crafty.
time then.
Thank you for dropping by, Crafty, and take care of yourself.
All right.
Party
Yep,
on.
I will. Okay.
Sorry for the dog.
Yeah.
Crispy, welcome.
Thank you.
You have we went to a bunch of topics. We're talking about cancel culture now. We're about to move on, but do you have anything to say about Brian from the channel Game Master was asking, how do you reply to comments and when people try to initiate those cancel movement? How do you deal with that?
I haven't really, like GM Cody was saying, I just caught a little bit of what you said. Hasn't really been a thing for you. And I haven't really had that yet either. I've been accused by some of espousing gatekeeping philosophies, but again, I don't think that's a bad thing.
That's an honorable pursuit.
Yeah. So no, I don't really have anything to add to that.
So I was hoping to get to all those topics before midnight, but I guess we talk, and people are talk about people. I want to talk about it a bit. We don't have to go long, but one people that didn't have a good 2023, I guess, was Watsy and Hasbro. Was quite the year of controversy for them, to say the least. You know, they had the OGL scandal, and then they had the Calbring thing that Calbring tells white people basically that they cannot get away with the hobby soon enough. And then they sent the Pinkerton to some kind of like magic streamer. And then they had this
magic card, yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to say thank you, Watsy, for reminding me the Pinkertons are still around.
No shit. I thought they dried up.
Nah, they're a private security service and investigative thing.
And then they used to do a union busting, so
Yeah.
And then you I lost my train of thought with that. The Pinkerton, and then they did they had like the creator summit when like the people asked to the executive at Watsy that you know what, you never played D&D. There's a bunch of us GM here. We can run a game for you, and they say like, no, we're not. We're fine. We're not interested. And then they all like a fucking stream when they played on laptop, trying to promote those VTT and those AI GM and stuff like that. And just by the end of the year, when they were kind of in the clear and people forgot about those scandal, they did the old fucking firing 20% of the staff, including out of like what I was Hasbro, but a lot of people from Watsy got the door.
Yeah.
And now, like in 2024, supposed to is the 50th anniversary of D&D. So now, like they're going in there with this new edition coming up, or is it like a continuation of the same edition, but they're reworking? That was Watsy, like 2023 year, a rough year for them. You have any thought on that? Like we don't usually cover like Watsy and D&D on this channel, but you know we talk about RPG stuff. They are the 800-pound gorilla in the room. And they had a rough year, I think.
If you wouldn't mind me taking it first,
go ahead.
I will reiterate: don't buy things from people that hate you, and I hope D&D becomes another one of Hasbro's shelved properties, a thing that stops getting produced, and we all forget. Like I don't know, Micro Machines or something like that. I don't know.
Micro Machines are not done anymore.
I don't know, just some random property that they
and
own.
It was also interesting that at some point, like Hasbro had RPG made for G.I. Joe and Transformer, and they didn't go to WotC. That was interesting as well. Somebody else got any other thought about this whole thing? Like, what is WotC doing? What's happening in D&D? Is D&D going to be sold off to somebody else? Is it going to be shell?
They don't sell.
They'll never sell it.
Yeah, go ahead, Cody.
Yeah, they'll never sell it. Here,
Cody.
Have you heard about Palladium?
Yeah.
No. What my point in saying that right off the bat is like I like haven't given a fuck about what Wizards of the Coast has done in the past 10 years. Like I wrote them off 10 years ago when I took a look at 5th edition, and this is before they went, with all this other shit. Just when 5th edition came out, I took a look at it. I was like, okay, this is definitely not the game for me. Actually, go further back in that. It's actually started back in 2008 when 4th edition came out. And if you like 4th edition, if you like 5th edition, cool, man. More power to you. But that was not the D&D for me. So at that point, I just kind of that was the point I just kind of gave up on them. Same thing with Games Workshop. Games Workshop hasn't had any political controversies about them, but I don't fucking like the game they're producing now. I haven't liked it for a long time, and so I don't support them anymore. There's a lot of other reasons too, like the price hikes and all that stuff. So I just choose not to support Games Workshop anymore, just as I don't choose to support Wizards of the Coast anymore. And it's not just because of political reasons, it's because I don't enjoy the product that they're shilling out to me. And there's much better games out there and much better companies and companies that actually care about gamers, that are actually still ran by gamers, because I grew up with these game companies that were created by gamers, ran by gamers, and created games for gamers, and they're these amazing settings like Shadowrun and Palladium with Rifts and 7C and like all this stuff that came out in the 80s and 90s, and even D&D back then. They had Dark Sun and Greyhawk and Planescape and all these amazing ideas and all this amazing art, like that Larry Elmore portrait behind me. But now it's just all this bland, boring, spit out corporate bullshit. So why would you support that when you can go support all kinds of stuff that's been put out by smaller companies or independent creators? And just don't give them the time of day. Don't talk about them. Don't look at their products. Don't buy the shit. Go play something that's worth your fucking time. And go support somebody that really cares about the hobby and lifting our hobby up and creating something great.
Yeah, we're gonna go Baron, then TCG wanted to do something, and then if somebody else want to chip in on that, Brian, and then Bear.
Sure, I'll take a crack.
Anybody else? Yeah, go ahead, Baron.
So the whole thing is that the whole thing about with WotC and all that. And this is my personal thinking, is that you've got people who are trying to redefine with being led by people who don't understand the history. So you've got the folks where. So I'm going to go back to where when they put out the was it Spelljammer or whatever it was, where they put in the monkey folks, and then all of a sudden, that's like whole complete racist. I think they're doing this, and this is what I personally think is that they're doing this, and then what they're doing is waiting for backlash because they're following the single rule of any press is good press, and if they can't make any type of stink or any good points, they're going to start making these bad points. Yeah,
your mic is acting up a bit. Yeah, your mic is cutting up like every half second. So I don't know if you can check that up. It's very hard to understand what.
How about now?
It's good now.
Okay,
it's easy fix.
Yeah. So, but the thing is that I going back to where I was saying.
Yeah, so he was another scandal, and they also had the one with the AI art as well. Like so,
yes,
so much.
Yeah, but the thing is that the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing. and that's clearly what's going on here, is because the folks who are in control, it's WotC trying not to allow me to speak. That's what it is.
It's like,
let me do this.
He's missing his like.
If you need a moment, we can come back to you. Do you want to take a? Okay, we'll go to Crafting Gamer, and then we'll come back to you later on. Jirok, try to figure out what's happening. Crafting Gamer, you want to say something about that? Go ahead.
All right. Well, I want to say two things. Number one, and then I'll get to the topic. Bear, what is sitting on both of those bingo cards is the main reason I watch you. It shows just how animated you are as a person. And honestly, I enjoy your topics, but the topic is secondary to you as a person because you are so animated. You are deeply entertaining for me.
On topic.
On topic.
Nothing to show love.
The only thing I really know about WotC and all that bullshit is that before Hasbro puts him in the vault, I'm hoping WotC is forced to sell Magic the Gathering and Palladium buys it.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know if they would. That'd be.
No, they probably won't. But that's just a personal dream.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
I don't know much about it. I'm not a D&D person. I don't.
We're gonna go Brian, Bear, Crispy, and then Connell. Brian, go ahead.
All right. So as far as D&D and WotC is concerned, like, me personally, I don't really care. But my 18-year-old, that's what he likes to play. That's what his friends like to play. So you know what? If I see stuff on, like, we were literally at a game shop last night that I had not been to, and they had a clearance table and they had one of the newer books with the fancy covers, and I picked it up for my son because I knew he would want it. So yeah, and there's probably something to that, Bear. I get it, but at the end of the day, like, one of the points that I've always tried to make is, I read it in some column somewhere, talking about role-playing games. Basically, it said, "Stop geek on geek crime." Just because I hate something doesn't mean me telling somebody else that I hate it or that it's a bad product doesn't mean they're necessarily going to come over to my side. Now, some of our discussions, we do get into that, and that's perfectly fine because generally we try to keep it to what is WotC doing or what are the weaknesses in the particular product. But I'm never going to crap on anyone because they like to play 5th edition. I'm not interested, but it's their game. But I can be really positive. I can talk about Palladium. I can talk about Shadowrun. I can talk about whatever that I enjoy, and maybe they will be interested and want to come over my direction. Now, one other thing I will say is this year I am very grateful for Wizards of the Coast. Right? Because if they didn't have their head so far up their ass, and trying to pull all the nonsense with the open gaming license, I would not have met anyone on this panel. So, thank you, Wizards.
That's a good point. Bear, you want to add to that conversation?
Most of us here are Gen X, correct?
Yeah.
I think so. And most of us here, and myself included, have raged against the culture war and the young people, what they want to do, and they want to have an adventure where they play baristas and Ravnica and all this stuff. And we have forgotten the most important lesson we were taught in Gen X.
Play more.
And these children that you spit on as they try to change their worlds are immune to your consultations. They're quite aware of what they're going through. That has not changed. We have become old. And like the generation ahead of us, we are now shitting on the stuff that is not for us. So I don't care what WotC does. It's not for me. I will focus on the stuff that is for me. Palladium, Troll Lords, etc., etc., etc. And I am done. In 2024, I am done talking about the culture war. I am done talking about WotC, and I am done sowing negativity. I will only sow positivity moving forward because we have been co-opted by the incompetence of others. And it would be better if we were more competent than that.
But don't you think that we have a duty for the younger generation?
No, we do not, because they're not listening to us. They don't care what we say any more than we cared what the generation ahead of us said. When all those fucking boomers were telling us, you gotta be peace, love, and Paisley, man. We're going, you fuckers are gonna blow up the world. Remember those days? Remember those days?
We
went through them.
We lived through the hippie era.
Yeah, we
Bruce,
survived.
we're gonna come to you, Bruce. I want to go through Crispy because you have something to say on the topic. Go ahead.
I was just going to echo. I think Bear said it well. We're of a generation that, for some of us, WotC products weren't like Dungeons and Dragons was not my introduction to role playing games, and so I don't feel like there's for me, and I know that's kind of rare because it is the elephant in the room, but I don't feel any loyalty to them. I also somewhat question whether or not the tempest that they created for themselves this year is going to actually have a demonstrable impact on their revenue long term, because I have a good relationship with our local gaming store, and all of his games that he'll rent out at $20 a head to go play a role-playing game in his basement of his store. They're all 5th edition games, all of them.
Yeah. So
we're a niche within a niche, and that's okay. It's all right to be that. But I'm optimistic that there'll be some that'll be willing to try something different than just the flagship brand 5th edition or whatever it is they're going to call the new one. But maybe this is where I disagree a little bit with Bear. I do feel a certain degree of responsibility to show that there's other options out there. So I'll introduce different game systems to new players and say, hey, this system does this really well. Why don't we try that? So I will do that.
That's different. That's different than assuming we are some sort of herald to them. I like what you do, and I agree with what you're doing. That's different. Introducing them to new ideas is a great idea. Saying that we have a responsibility to guide them is the pretension of our age.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no. I'm not trying to
That's fair.
Be a sage on the stage. Just to say, look, there's some of us there's also other options out there. So that's all I was going to say, is that I don't think that they've shot themselves in both feet to the point where they're going to cease being a going concern. I just don't think that's going to happen. But that said, I do think it did create a bit of space for those of us that have other interests to maybe find some other like-minded people. Maybe. That's it.
Yeah, that's always a good attitude, to find like-minded people, find your tribe. Yeah, Bruce, welcome.
Hey,
and I know you're still like 35 minutes out before the new year, right?
Yeah, about 35.
Yeah. Well, any thought on that? Like this fucking crappy year that
This is not a crappy year. Hold on. As much as I love fantasy games, my life doesn't revolve around big corporate.
No, I'm talking for WotC specifically.
For WotC, I kind of, when I was in my 20s, I was going to go to school to be a journalist, and I was going to go be on radio. And so the guy that I started talking to at college, my professor, he says, "Why do you deserve to be a journalist?" He was curious. He's like, "Why are you interested in it?" And I said, in my naivety, I said, "Because people deserve to hear the news and what's going on, and I want to earn a check." And he's like, "That's really not the answer I'm looking for." I'm like, "What do you want to hear?" He's like, "Why are you here?" I said, "Because I feel I'm probably one of the best voices out in Middle America." And he said, "What makes that? What have you done?" And I said, Well, I went over to the Baltic Sea and I blew up stuff from World War II that was still floating around being a hazard. Not many other people have that experience. I actually did have, some active duty time and such. And I thought that was a big rock to stand on when I said this. He's like, you're 20 fucking years old. You don't know shit. Sit down and go learn. And I kind of feel like nobody says that to young adults anymore. And a lot of companies have these people that they've been on social media since they were teenagers. We've completely gotten the people out of corporations that had a GeoCities account, and we're almost done with all the people that had a MySpace account. And in another 15 years, nobody will have a spot in a corporation that had a Facebook account or a Twitter account before the Elon took over. The machine demands youth, and it demands people that are just willing to shill a narrative. So when you talk to me about any big companies that are having problems, I will look at it. I will look at a few news stories and why did this happen? And if it's because they thought that, the old stuff just wasn't working for us, we want to bring in some new blood. That's where I just kind of laugh, because I realized I was totally correct in being told, go sit down and shut up and learn. Because I had no knowledge of the real world aside from the limited activity I had as a seaman. I thought it was great. In hindsight, it's a great advice to give to a kid, but they're not telling kids that anymore. Oh,
it's always like the old saying: if youth could, if the elder could, if the young could, knew what is the saying?
If I knew now what I would, if I knew then what I knew now, I would rule the world.
Well, whatever. Like if old people could still do stuff, and like if young people knew stuff, like whatever. There's a saying for that.
Bismarck.
I'm a bottle of wine in now. So
your mastery of English is astounding when you're drunk.
Bismarck was the greatest threat to the SS regime, and that's why they forced retirement upon the Germans. Because Bismarck was allowed.
Bruce.
Only I quote Hitler on this channel.
Go read the rule in the description box before you go ahead on that direction.
I'm just going from a historical standpoint. They had to get rid of the guy with the most influence.
That's not allowed. That's not allowed on this channel. That's not allowed on this channel, Bruce. You're missing the point. Go read the rule in the description box. There's rules on this channel. Go read them in the description box. Before we go ahead on that, I wanted to say Brian has to go. And before he has to go, I want to give him the chance to talk about that, because the next company I want to talk about is Palladium. What's the other shit here?
Now you're going to start Palladium. I'm still going to
feel I feel like Palladium had an awesome year. This Kickstarter with the TNMT was a huge success. A lot of us had our first experience with Palladium or are going to have our first experience with Palladium. It seemed to getting much more momentum. So, Brian, you wanted to say something about them before you go?
I do. Actually, you know what? That's great, because I'll actually kind of bridge this. Where Bear was saying, he's like, you know what? The kids aren't, it's not our job to mentor and tell the kids the way that they should be doing things, because they're not going to listen to us. And to a degree, he's right. But one of the things that we can do, especially everybody here, because we do all have our channels, we do have the things that we talk about. The fact that we are putting out other content, the fact that we have things that we are talking about that aren't D&D, does give us the option to help spread that. The kids may not necessarily say, "Oh, well, I'm a fan of bears," because whatever reason. They don't, because they're kids and they hate old people. But
damn old people.
Right, exactly. But they will hopefully see, wait a second, there's other things. My 18-year-old, his big thing is 5th edition. But he's been reading the books for the Avatar role-playing game. Sadly, it's powered by the Apocalypse, and I don't think I'm a big fan of that one, even though I have next to no experience with it. But I've also talked to him about Palladium. I've shown it. Like, he sees all of the books that are in my collection. So, Palladium, I think, I think it really started last year because of Legion of Myth and their year of Palladium, and so every single week they were doing a couple hours on something from Palladium. They continued it in 2023 with, again, almost every week, Ethan Dog was doing something on Palladium. So I think they are poised for a decent resurgence, especially the amount that everybody here is getting excited. Mr. Max, Pendragon's the greatest game. I'm only doing that one because it's just humans and I don't have to do anything. Boom, Mr. Max is jumping in on Bear's Palladium game. Bear's running Palladium Fantasy. Cody wants to run Rifts. I am feeling woefully inadequate, and everybody keeps telling me I'll do fine, but whatever. But I'm trying to come up with a one shot for Rifts. I haven't played enough, but I'm going to try running this thing. This year I think is going to be very interesting to see what comes out of Palladium. Especially because it's not that they're a new company breaking into the scene. No, this is a 40-year-old company that is poised for resurgence. So short answer, I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Ryan? I know I've played Rifts, but I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah. We're going to go Crispy, then I want to go Crafting Gamer, and then Nicono. And then if other people have something to say, I assume you will, then just make yourself seen. Crispy, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, Nicono. Yeah, he was up next.
Real quick. I'm going to bounce, but I'll be listening. Everybody, Happy New Year. Great to see you. New Year. Thanks for letting me hang out.
Thank you, Brian, for coming on.
You're very welcome,
Matt. Soon, I guess. Yeah. Take care, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bye.
I want to go on to, I think, as Brian said it, or Crispy, about the game shops. I have 2 game shops I'm very much invested in. One I work at, and the other one I spend most of my money at. And the one I work at, the main game I've been asked to run is 5th edition, WotC. Because it's the 500-pound gorilla in the room. There's just no way around that. Yes, they had a bad year. Is this going to kill the company? Most likely not. Are they going to get a little wiser from this? Hopefully, but I don't know if they will. Now, with that being said, it's hard for. I'm not a big 5th edition person, even though I run it. It's not my system of choice. I like Pathfinder. Pathfinder to me is close enough to 3.5 where it makes me happy. But trying to get younger people to play a game that is jokingly called Mathfinder is a little bit of a pain in the ass.
Jokingly.
So with that being said, what's more important, having kids at the table that they're willing to play, or trying to force a game that you think they should play and they have no interest in it whatsoever?
Oh, is this a question?
Well, no,
this is just a very open-ended statement. I think WotC is going to figure out what WotC is. They've been around forever and a day. If they close down the D&D department for 10 years, don't worry, kids. They will be back.
Yeah.
So that's more or less what I have to say.
Yep. Crafting Gamer, you're quite into Palladium as well, especially like Robotech, right? You want to say something about the Palladium's year and your experience with them?
Oh, yeah, well, I actually backed the Palladium Kickstarter for TMNT, which cost me enough money that I couldn't actually get a Palladium surprise package until they extended it to January, so I still need to order it. And I like...
When Jeremy know.
I should say I wish Palladium was still selling the Robotech books because they're really good. And I'm hoping at some point this coming year to see about doing a actual, not from the show directly, but basically a show style of Robotech game where it's once a week I play basically a 4 to 6 hour game session of a single adventure with a bunch of players. Hint, hint, wink, wink, bear.
What? I'm literally flirting with women online. I apologize. What did I miss?
He's trying to organize game.
I'm so hoping to sometime within this next year start playing a Robotech game that's kind of like the show where it's a 4 to 6 hours, but it's a single venture, like a single episode.
Episodic,
Macross?
yeah.
Macross?
And I'm looking Robotech. I haven't gotten into the
No, which era? Macross, Southern Cross, or Invid Invasion?
Oh, Invid Invasion. Mini missile searches always.
I agree with you, Chris, but I want to see where he's going.
I'm sorry, I gave it away.
I was going to do the Palladium Robotech, which is technically after the
Has
crash,
all
but
three.
before the series. Okay, yeah.
What?
Well, the first
So
book
Sentinels?
takes place. The first book that I'm talking about when the first book takes place. I haven't gotten into the other books.
Macross. That's Macross era. That's the first
Let's see
Robotech.
here.
Talk to me. We'll see. I'm not a player, but we'll see.
Crispy,
I might be down to try it.
you also played Robotech back in the days, and
Oh yeah, when I was like 10 years old.
yeah,
Tried my
been around for a while.
one. Yeah,
This one.
Yeah, we all got you.
it's good. It's really
Yeah,
good.
that's Macross. Yeah,
That's Macross.
So-
But I gotta
Right.
say, Invid Invasion. That's the
the shit, man. Cyclone armor.
That's
Well,
the
I-
money.
yeah.
Cyclone armor.
I want to steal it back
Searching
ever so
for mini
slightly
missiles and
sorry.
destroyed all of the destroyed ships. That it's a guerrilla warfare campaign. It's just fantastic. You turn on your Cyclone and oops, now everyone knows that you've turned it on and you're on the run. It's just it's awesome. So good.
Yeah,
Stop. My
the
nipples
idea
can't
is-
get any harder, Crispy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I want to steal back just for a second, but my idea was to run through the book series through adventures through the entire book series as I read them on my channel. So eventually, it would come to the Invid Invasion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Crispy, you had thought about this year of Palladium and
Sorry.
stuff like that, and where they're going in the.
I'm excited for it. I really like the new. His name's Sean, I believe.
Yes.
Watched him. I think he's got a lot of energy, and that's cool. Like I think he's got some great ideas, and I'm really impressed that Kevin has brought him on. I think he's the right man for the job. So I'm excited to see what they do. And I also backed this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing as pure nostalgia. Like that's yeah, absolutely. My cousins had the books. I didn't ever have the books, but I always envied the books. So yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, I missed that one. Bear, go ahead.
I'm just making myself know that I wanted to go next. If someone else was ahead of me, please, for the love of God, go.
Oh, you can go. I'll go to Cody next. I'm sure Cody has something to say about Palladium.
Cody, I absolutely. The gentleman from Quebec yields his time to the gentleman from Tennessee.
Cody. Hey,
What the
pretty
fuck
good year for them.
parliamentary,
Dominated by America.
what?
All right, point of parliamentary procedure. Shut the fuck up if you're not the gentleman from Tennessee. Thank you.
I'm descended from French Canada, so
Noted.
Mother.
So I grew up playing Palladium games. Those were like some of the first games I played. The crazy part is I never thought I left Palladium in the dust about like 15 years ago. I never thought I would get Palladium would have any traction ever again, or I would dust off my Palladium books and people would actually want to play Palladium again. So it's pretty awesome that Palladium's having a renaissance in the past year or so. And I didn't even realize it was happening. And it's really cool. It's really cool. I really love to see that because Palladium games, as much as people have give it shit on the internet, it's got some really, really cool stuff in there. It's not only really good settings, but I like the game system too. I like the books. I like the game system and I like the settings. I like everything about Palladium, always have. And I think it's really cool that it's getting some attention. And yeah, I'm really excited, like Crispy was saying, to see Sean involved. See a new face in Palladium Games that actually wants to revise this game and bring it to a modern audience. And I think Sean is absolutely the right person for the job. He is obviously very passionate about Palladium Games. He started off playing Palladium. He understands what the Palladium fans want, but he also understands what's needed to revise the system. And I've had the rare opportunity to look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game coming up. So I've had a sneak peek at it, and just my sneak peek, I'm like really excited if that's the future of Palladium games. So yeah, I'm pumped. I'm pumped, man, because I love Palladium. I still do, and I'm really pumped that like people were pumped with me to want to play Palladium again, because it's one of my favorite like role playing settings, and all the worlds and stuff. So I'm really excited.
Is
I
it
literally
coherently
did
written?
not back the TMNT because I don't care about TMNT. But now that I understand that it's going to be the way they're going to be doing their books going forward, I want to see it. So my friend who backed it, I'm jumping in on his backer kit to get an extra copy, because I'm like, you know what? I might as well fucking see this in the end, right? It's like, it's the way it is. I'm absolutely, it's not the system. Never the system. It's the way they interact with the community as a company. It's the way they actually give a shit about the people who are spending money on them. It's the way the Christmas box alone is this absolutely amazing thing they do every year. And I'm blown away by this kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff we need more of in the community. And if I can do my little part in my little corner of the internet with my 1,800 subscribers to, what's the frequency, Kenneth? Let's boost it. To get more people looking at Palladium, I will happily do so, because I really respect the shit of them. I won't play Heroes Unlimited because Heroic's a better game, but I'm biased.
Yep.
Yeah, but if you know the two systems good enough, you can steal powers. So,
Baron, Colonel, Bruce, you have something to say about Palladium?
Well, with the Palladium, I've been. Am I cutting out again or no?
Yeah, you're cutting out in and out. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with your headset. You're very Bruce. You have something to say about it?
I hope his system is giving him grief here and there. For Palladium's a good company. I like them a lot. They feel like gamers. I'm not a fan of the system by any means. I just put in the chat, I don't like really blended systems. I didn't really like TSR's D&D version. Whenever I started running D20, I'm like, oh wow, this is easier for me to interpret to players. I can do easier. It'd be an easier way for me to interpret the game for players. So I did like that. I'm not a big fan of WotC's politics. I did like the people from TSR a lot more, but I was a big fan, huge fan of hearing Palladium on the Legion of Myth podcast and seeing Kevin and Sean, even though Sean advocates for fucking Savage Worlds. I'm not a fan of Savage Worlds.
Who? What now?
They went with everybody else and they bought a Savage Worlds license for their game. I'm not a fan of Savage Worlds. Use the game you start with. Use Deadlands RPG with chips and cards.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are
actually,
like,
from my understanding, it's the other way around. Savage Worlds bought the license from Palladium.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, whatever.
I'm not a fan of Savage Worlds. That's all it is. But Palladium, I like the guys from there. I haven't heard much from CJ Corella in over 15 years. Last time I actually talked to him was at a convention. He seemed like a very nice guy. He used to go to not Gen Con. I'm sure he went to Gen Con, but he used to go to a place in Carbondale called Egyptian Campaign. And so whenever I've had bump-ins and run-ins with people that are affiliated with Palladium, it's always felt like it's a good group of gamers. Great gamers. So I'm very happy that they're still rolling hard. And the steal of this fucking century happened last week when we were all talking in Bear's channel. And Bear's like, I don't know what edition of D&D to run. I want to run a fantasy game. I want to have people enjoy it, And I'm like, well, I want you to not look at D&D. So maybe if you want to, you can circle back to it. But fuck D&D, really. And
I gotta say that was pretty awesome. Bear going to stream like what edition of D&D should I run, and the conclusion in the end was Palladium Fantasy. So,
yeah. Cody pops up after Bear reads that, and he's like, "I like Palladium Fantasy," and all of a sudden the chat explodes. Palladium Fantasy is fantastic, and I'm thinking, "This is great."
Was I on that stream?
What?
Was I on that stream?
No.
It was.
I feel like
great
I was
because
you're watching.
Finally, like it feels like we are prying ourselves away from the tit that's old and wrinkled that we really don't need to draw milk from anymore. We can go and find our own memory jugs to play with, and we don't need the one that tells us mother's milk is all the milk you'll ever need. This mother, not other mothers. And I don't want to play D&D anymore. I really don't want to play any big corporate game anymore. I'd rather play some garage game of what he did with GURPS and Macho Women with Guns. I'd rather play any independent game.
Bruce, I'm gonna send you that picture I sent.
It's a very specific merging of games, eh?
I love Macho
There's no
Women with
person that
Guns.
found a game of nuns with guns.
Well, we've been talking about it because of the Nuns with Guns out of Crafting Gamer, and the Crafting didn't even know about this wonderful, wonderful game from 1987. So I'm very happy to bring that into his worldview. But I love Palladium, and I don't think their system's that great, but I love their energy, and I like their lore for their games. I like the lore for the Palladium fantasy world especially. And Rifts is not horrible. Rifts is a game that you decide what you want to put into it, because if you let all of it in there, you're not going to have the game that you had in your head. Just
no. You got to severely limit Rifts.
I don't want Macho Women from Mars. I want Macho Women with Guns. Get it straight.
I'll take some Biker Women from Mars if they're available.
So I'm just saying, like Palladium like there's nothing wrong with them, and the fact that he recently got involved with Eastman and Laird with the Turtles license again. This is going to make my friends happy.
Yep. Baron, you wanted something?
Yeah. So the big thing with Sean is that for me, I've seen him on Legion of Myth several times and everything else, and it was like, okay, because he was on there with oh God, brain just went. Yes. So, but to see him actually alone, and where I truly knew that he was one of us was the Legion of Myth Veterans Day. When he hung out for that last hour of it, last couple hours of it, even Bear. I mean, to me, he unwavering. He stayed there, and he, I'm going to use a Gen X term. He smoked and joked with us all freaking night, and and the thing is that to me, that's where I really got the utmost respect for him. It was that right there, just for the simple fact of he's not just some guy, shilling to try to make money for his company. He's a guy that cares. He's a guy that wants to still be in touch with the player base, which a lot of the other game companies, WotC definitely included, they've lost touch. They've gone for the minority of it, which makes up maybe about 2 or 3% of their overall fan base, and that's who they're catering to now. And to be honest, when the new edition comes out, I'm going to look at it. Am I going to play it? Probably not. But am I going to look at it? Yeah, because why would I not want to look at it? For the simple fact of I want to see what they've changed. Was the change for the better? Was the change for the worse? I just kind of want to be able to make my own opinion and not let the talking heads of even our community that we're building that are D&D, fifth ed's not D&D, or fourth ed's not D&D, or 3.5 and 3.0 is not D&D. You know what? If it's got the freaking ampersand on it and it came from whoever owns the license, I hate to tell you this, boys and girls, it's freaking D&D. Period. Bottom line, you can disagree with me all you want. If they own the licensing to use the ampersand or the words Dungeons and Dragons, it's D&D. You may not like it, but you know what? That's okay, because you look at it, and then if it's not for you, I've heard several folks on this panel tonight saying, I looked at it, it's not for me. I will take their opinion that it's not for them is, okay, cool. They're not just someone who's like, well, it's not race is class, so I'm not even going to, it sucks. Yeah, no. And yes,
hey, Shadwell isn't here, okay?
Well, either's Max Legal, but still.
Yeah.
The thing is,
where's that bitch?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I don't know. I sent him a message though. And...
He's polishing his guns and keeping them away from his cat.
And L, you don't know your head from a hole in the wall. You're blocked from so many of our channels. It doesn't fucking matter what your opinion is.
Hey.
No, L's a piece of crap. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it.
Not the place.
Boom. Oh, well, I've got him blocked, so it's the only place in time. So
well, if you got him blocked, you don't have to have this conversation anymore.
But going on to, I digress. Back to Palladium. With Palladium, though, I am going to start looking more at the system because with the system that TCG made, it's loosely based off of the Palladium system, and I really enjoyed the way that the game flowed. And he said, well, a lot of this is just stuff that I've kind of merged in from Palladium. So yeah, that and that's the thing is that that along with the way that Sean has presented everything, I'm going to definitely to be looking a lot harder at.
Yep.
And I apologize I apologize for my outburst.
It's well you should.
Okay.
I yield the floor back to the chairman, Mr. Ravone.
For me, it's really like the way that Sean and Kevin, and especially Sean. I got more like, interaction with Sean, but really like the way those guys present themselves and went to the community and talked to gamer, and like I had some talk with Sean on Legend of Myth channel and stuff like that. Like I got in some chat with him, and it does, like people said, it really does feel like one of us, right? It's not like a corporate show. He's like a gamer. We can talk about different things. We can hear about different game theory, game idea, and stuff like that. Different topic. We talk about stoicism at some point, and that's really like, well, you know what? That game is made by people that care about games and care about like real fucking stuff. Like they're not like fucking faceless corporation. And now, in part because of that, I'm very excited for this like Palladium Fantasy game we're gonna have with Bear and Cody. I'm very excited with the Rift game I'm gonna have with Crispy and Big Bad RPG and Rick. So Palladium. I think this contrast. I want to talk about those two companies. What's in Palladium, because the contrast is so stark. One had an amazing year, a lot of good PR. One a shit year. Keep putting their foot in their mouth. I think that's interesting. I want to. Oh, go ahead there.
We gotta get over this. We just gotta move on and leave WotC behind.
Yeah.
Enough. There's nothing more to be said at this point in time. They Icarus themselves this year. They thought because of the boom they got from the pandemic, they could do what they wanted. Well, oops, nope, sorry. Yeah. But they still have a market. They're still going to exist. They're still going to do what they do. Great. We've all moved on to other games, be it OSR stuff or Palladium or whatever. Let's stop giving hot air to something that doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Crispy, you want to add something?
No, amen, hallelujah. I think it's good. I'm just really excited to have more games. I think it's going to be great. Yeah, showing more games. I'm going to role play the hell out of that Rifts game. I can't wait. It's going to be so good.
Yeah, I want to move back into the because like Phil the Trail said earlier, like now it's almost an hour ago, but like about it's 2024 now, new year. Let's talk about stuff in the future. But just before that, I want to give like one last chance, like. Is there anything else you want to say that happened in 2023? You thought were awesome? Maybe we can talk about Shadow Dog. That was a big thing as well.
50 years of innovation.
Just 50? They made a lot of money. And there was this thing about this a lot of big Kickstarter this year. We can talk about that. You want to talk about that?
If I could just for a moment, I just say it. Yeah. From like this was a big year for me. I created a YouTube channel. I kind of got out of it. Put my name out there a little bit, met a bunch of people.
Congratulations, man.
It was really exciting. I think it was a great year.
I'm really glad we got to meet Crispy.
Yeah, so it's just great. I was like, oh, this is great. It's
Bear,
it's a little different to be like this, but it's awesome. I like it a lot.
Bear, you got your Cody. For me, that's Crispy.
Crispy's ride or die.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's been a really exciting time. Like for me, it was a bit of a renaissance year. Like, hey, this is me rediscovering a hobby that I thought I was already pretty good at for the last 20 plus years, but realizing there's a lot more that I could be doing in it, and it's been just really exciting and invigorating even. So it's good. It's really good.
No one likes a braggart, sir. No one likes a braggart.
No.
Serious question: are those candles behind you real?
No, that's my wife has some decorations back there. They're just little houses with lights in them. That's it.
Look at that. You got a wife that put decoration in.
Yeah, like an actual living plant and all of that. Yeah, exactly.
What is wife?
Not loud down this end of the hallway.
I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure
Mr. Max, see, if you could find a woman, she could do this type of stuff for you.
Yeah.
And you won't have to
a
make
lot of work
furniture out of driftwood with hatchets anymore.
Well, he doesn't live in the woods, so he does. He has to.
No, I live by the beach, so I got driftwood.
Yeah. I didn't say fallen trees. I said driftwood.
Yeah.
Living in a van down by the river.
So anything from 2023 that you want to highlight? That's like maybe a new game that you found like very amazing.
Morkborg.
I don't know. Nobody has anything to say about anything. Let's head into 2024 now. Let's leave 2023 behind us.
I discovered Total Party Skills, which is an interesting game.
Yeah.
I liked it. I think it's interesting. We're going to try that out, right, Max? We're gonna.
Yes, we're gonna. That's right. That's right. That's the system you're gonna run, Crispy.
I'm gonna run Total Party Skills.
I'm gonna do a Pendragon thing. You're gonna do a Total Party Skill.
Yeah, I'm gonna run a Total Party Skills. We're gonna do it as a kind of a pulp 1970s New York gangsters. It should be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Very excited for that as well. That's my thing in 2024. I want to play more game. I want to try more game. I want to have more session, more game time. Now I move, so I can scale down my life a bit. Hopefully, it's always something that takes time, right? So, but I want to put more gaming time in my life. That's something that often fell by the wayside.
More gaming.
So, yeah.
I want to move to Thailand and assemble an army of loyal ladyboy ninjas. That's what I want to do.
That's a worthwhile endeavor, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'll take over the world.
That sounds like a Justin endeavor.
No.
No, they're not white. Justin wouldn't participate. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
No, don't get me
It
wrong.
made Max laugh, but hey, that worked.
Yeah. So we left 2023 behind.
Yes, please.
All right, 2024. What are you excited
Yay!
about? What is that like a game that's coming out? You want to see or do you have like game session that's coming out or plan? Cody, go ahead, please.
I want to say Happy New Year to Central Time.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah!
And I'll be right back. I'm going to go kiss my wife.
There you go.
Bruce is Central Time, and Cody's
I've been here the whole time. It's just I don't want you guys to hear me laughing as I chatter with people in other private chats. And you're like, "What are you saying?" Oh, things I can't say here.
I guess so. But Bruce. Texas is Central, right?
Bruce.
I'm going to kiss my wife back.
Mountain.
Mountain's the next one.
Oh,
just want to
so
say,
you're still not in the new year. All right. Who's Central here? Just Cody?
Me and Bruce. Me, Bruce, and Cody.
Oh yeah, okay.
And Connell.
And Connell. So happy New Year to all you guys. An hour later. Fuck that hour went fast. It's like we talk about Palladium. Time fly.
So I'll tell you what I'm really looking forward to, because I get accused by gaming with ADHD of not shilling my shit enough, so I'm going to shill my shit. I am excited for Heroic. I am beyond excited for Heroic. So much so that I put every other project on hold so I can focus all my energy into Heroic. But I can't do it without the community. I finally got an answer from BackerKit as to why they were suggesting, they're saying it's not a hard rule, but why they were suggesting 3,000 people. They said, we've noticed a 10% turnaround from signups to backers. So if people are only backing at $15 for the PDF and you only get 10% of your 200 and whatever people, that's not enough. Blah, blah, blah. So, we wanted to see have more people sign up. I said, that's great. Let's see what the community does. Let's see what the community says, right? Yes, Brian, shut the fuck up and kiss your wife. So for me, it boils down to I will shill, and I will shill hard for the next couple of months to get us to that point where we can get something that is literally, I don't want to sound pretentious when I say this, for the fucking community. That's why I'm doing this. I had no intention of doing this until we were going do. All right, motherfuckers, I'm doing it. You have to step up with your money now and back it. That's the trade-off. And if you do, I've already showed you some of the art. You already can play the game right now if you want in the pre-beta format, and there will be a full version coming in January. Or a beta version coming in January. It's all there for free. All I need your money for is to pay artists and writers. Give me some cash. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your cash.
Yeah.
That's
Cody had to bounce out. I want to thank him from coming in on the stream. I hope, well, I know we're going to talk soon because like we're going to be on the game together now, which is pretty exciting. But thank Cody for joining if you're still listening. And Happy New Year.
Yep.
Anybody else want to go with that? Like 2024 is coming up. That's you know, it's great to hear people like, you know, having project that they're fucking gonna put out, right? That's great. I love to hear that. I love game design. I love game designer. I want to marry one someday.
I'm taken.
Suddenly taken. Bear, your first lady boy. He's not.
Oh, Justin, I hate to break the news to you, but you're on that list long before me, bro. Hunger and Max Bovin are going to fight over you.
I'm definitely taking a step back into the bushes, like Homer.
Things
not see or hear anything about this.
Somebody said something smart.
I'm actually looking forward for Dragon Bane.
I wasn't expecting you.
Go ahead. Something smart has to be sober.
I'm not drinking.
I like that mug.
That's
Max.
disappointing.
Dig that mug. There we go.
So that's only because.
And again, I wasn't rolling my eyes at your game stuff, 28mm. I'm so sorry you took it that way. I was literally not doing that. I was rolling my eyes at Max Bovin, as I do often, and in English.
And in English, I do it in French. It's the only thing I know in French.
Connell, go ahead.
I said a buddy of mine is going to be running Dragon's Bane, and I'm really excited about that being able to play that. I'm always interested in new games, and I get to be an angry fucking duck. Baiting if I want to have a Scottish accent or not.
Excuse me, sir. Are you stepping on my thing, sir?
No. I had this played out before.
I'm the fucking duck fetishist here, sir, and I will not stand for this insult.
Every member of your party has to be a Ballard. Every Ballard. I don't care what they're called, man. It's Howard. They're called Howard. The whole race.
Fucking duck, man.
Aside from the waterfowl, what makes you excited for that? Is it like what is the like? I don't know much about it. What is it that's attractive?
Have you never seen Howard the Duck?
Right.
No. I'm talking about Dragon Bane.
Our Darkwing Duck.
He just wants to go quackers.
Outside of the duck aspect.
I've never played Dragon's Bane before, but I have played humans multiple times. I have played elves multiple times, dwarfs, and most of the normal ones. I get to play a shifter in one of my buddies' campaigns right now. So that's about as close.
My game is playing a flaming octopus.
Yeah, I played. Flaming octopus, and so it's just something different. And with Dragon Bane, I just like the artwork and the way that they made the ducks. How they made that one main character just a pissed off duck. I'm like, I want to play that guy. I want to smoke cigars, whiskey, and being angry freaking duck. That sounds amazing to me.
So we are just
is this an OSR
for you, sir? No,
this
Dragon Bane is one of the old Swedish games, Dragons and Demons. It's an old game, come back again by Free League, and it's absolutely awesome possum. I would unfold and show you the map, the cloth map, but it's really, really big. But what I will show you is what he's talking about. Sorry, it's really a jam-packed box, to say the very least.
It's a free league game.
Yeah, Darkwing Duck.
Yeah,
Mallards, baby. And there's a night duck as well. If I can find the picture. No, I can't. It's too big.
So what is the system? Is it like a?
It's its own. It's their own house system. It's really good. It uses a D20, but it's a roll under system.
Okay,
and that's really cool.
I need to get Jade to play it then.
It's absolutely amazing, and the production value. This is the only Kickstarter I backed in 2023, and I couldn't be happier with the results.
I really wish I had backed it. I was tempted.
Speaking
I
of,
only just discovered.
I think the duck took me off.
Speaking of ducks, Maggie, how was the duck?
I
Sorry.
probably did back it, and freaking DM
What?
James got my copy because apparently he got half the run.
Yeah, James got like 3 copies of that. Justin, you want to say something that you're excited about for 2024?
You know, I'm just excited that I'm alive and that Taco Bell exists.
Yeah, somebody has.
No one's happy that Taco Bell exists.
I haven't eaten at Taco Bell in like 5 years, man.
those are two statements that aren't usually in the same sentence.
Oh,
I'm happy to be alive, and Taco Bell exists.
Taco Bell's not real. It's a diet plan that
Dude, we live in Toronto. That's a high watermark for them. Like, really.
Yeah.
You know, I used to work in a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, we're gonna make a show in 2024, Justin. Role play rehab, where we're gonna do like a kind of like a
Taco Bell run.
Talk about
yeah, we're
we
just
talk about it
about
now.
Taco Bell.
No, we're gonna look at like a role playing game session, like role playing stuff like that, and kind of do a critique, but not just like trashing on people. That's the point. We want to say like how we would have done it, right? How we like, you know, if they're not like stellar, like if it's good, it's gonna say it's good.
Yeah,
if it's not good. We'll say like, you know what, this is how I would have handled this situation as a GM or as a player or stuff like that.
We're not going to pause to critique a thing and then get distracted by somebody's virtual background or doorknobs or I don't know what else.
Listen, if you guys are doing a show about you guys making a Taco Bell run and then Mr. Boivin eats Taco Bell, I'll fund that.
For the first time.
I would
Taco
actually put some money in a super chat to watching some of you Northerners eat some of the good peppers from down here. You know, some habaneros and some good burritos. And
hey, I can eat spicy. I had some mayonnaise today.
Hey, let's not get crazy with that mayo, sir.
I like to buff the statement that's made by Bruce. There's no such thing as good peppers; they're all deadly. Well, at least to me.
No. He was being very radical. He had Miracle Whip.
Yeah.
No, I want the Canadian version of White Castle. So it would be Taco Bell instead.
There's no White Castle in Canada. Sir.
No.
That's why it's
a white spot up here.
You have these little like 3.
Oh God, White Spot! I remember that. Fuck, 3 in the morning at White Spot. Oh shit!
White Spot. Yeah, you know.
Never heard of it.
Little bitty burgers, and you have to have.
We
like
know
3
what
or
White
4.
Castle is,
We
bro.
know it is,
One at a
Bruce.
time.
We know what it is.
Bruce.
Okay, just making sure, because like that's the worst cuisine you could have.
Hey,
Bruce,
Krista,
you got something gaming related? You excited about 2024?
Yeah, I'm writing my own system.
That's good. Talk about that.
It's a D100 system. It's based off of
chatting
3X.
in quickly.
It's meant
Max.
to be mathematically intensive. So whenever we get into the combat, I tell people roll initiative, and I give them the die they have to roll. The thief rolls a smaller die than that because he's a thief. He's quicker. And I start counting up 1, 2, 3. Hey, I go on 3. All right, what are you going to plan to do? I need to charge in the battle. Okay, that'll take you 7 seconds. You go on 10. Okay, 4, 5, 6. Bruce, I'm right in contact with this guy. I want to get out my sword and bludgeon him to death. Go for it. But that'll be on 12. Okay, that'll be on 12. 7, 8, 9. The wizard in the back gets his head together and he decides he's going to cast Fireball. Cool. That'll be on 16. The bad guys go. Whenever I read their numbers off, they do their actions. So that's the type of game, that's the type of combat it is. It's not very fast or quote unquote very fluid. It feels like it's faster than Pathfinder. That's all I care about.
A glacier feels faster than Pathfinder from everything I've heard.
But it's awesome you're working on your system. I wish you luck with that. Do you plan that is going to come out in 2024? Or just going to be like the players thing 2024? Players guide
will be out in 2024, probably fall.
How do you call it? Do you have a name for that?
Bruce Lombardo presents the game. That's
you need a better name than that, bro.
Yeah, you need a better name than that.
No, I'm going to be completely obstinate about it. I because people that know me will understand. Like, oh god, it's Bruce's game. Shit, we're doing something on this site that he's wrote this.
P. Yeah, you can't even shorthand that title well.
No.
Damn, Crispy, you missed out on the best bullshit that West Coast had. Well, Red Robin. You at least had Red Robin, right? The fries are fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I want to know
Red Robin here, actually.
I want to know who makes the best yogurt.
Oh, that would be the Icelandic yogurt. Yeah. But the problem with it is that the monks are always trying to steal it from you. So you must lay a trap of Snow White D4s.
You know, a better trap than that, Bear, because they might not bring a gamer. They might bring some basic ass virgin girl, and so you need to grab some fluffy boots and a latte from Starbucks with a little bit of pumpkin spice in it.
Tell me you don't get the joke without telling me you don't get the joke. But,
I didn't hear it. I was coughing or something.
Crafting Gamer, you excited about something in 2024?
Well, yeah, three things. Number one, what I already mentioned about hoping to, in fact, that's kind of an open invitation to just about everybody here. I mean, I don't know, Crispy, no offense. I want to get to know you before I play with you.
Whoa.
Phrasing!
No, you should vet your players. That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
You shouldn't vet your players, though.
Vet his players.
You should.
But I'm looking forward to trying to get a Robotech game going every week. I am looking forward to trying to prove to Bear at some point, because I got to get the game first and then read it, trying to prove to Bear that I can do a good Star Trek game.
Okay, I didn't doubt you.
Well, I don't know, but Bear, as soon as Bear said, I am a forever GM, but I will, if it's the game is good, I will play as captain of a ship. Challenge accepted.
All right, fair enough, man. But, don't blame me when we crash into the planet and the warp core implodes.
Yeah. the only person that knows more about Star Trek than Bear is Mr.
This guy over here. This guy. Wasn't that in the episode where they're in the shuttle there? And I think it's called Savage Person. And,
bingo.
And hey, whoa. Only when someone hasn't asked is it a bingo, sir.
The Mr. Max bingo card is 50% answered Star Trek questions correctly. The other half was pretty close, but was off by like an episode.
Why you don't know something about something you don't care for?
Sometimes yes, actually.
Yes.
Sadly,
Yeah.
But the
you're
thing I'm
sick as
looking
well.
forward to
So.
is,
But we're not allowed to talk about that on this channel.
Actually, earlier today, I found a couple of my notebooks. Like, I was really hot on running a cocaine owlbear module. Then I was watching a bear episode, and somebody beat me to the punch. I'm like, well, screw this. Yeah. So I went to the side. And last night, we're talking about like a Willy Wonka themed, kids on bike type game. I was writing that out, and I'm reading my thoughts out to my daughter. My daughter's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Dad? I'm like, I wasn't old enough as a kid. I don't know.
Sorry,
you just
TCG.
Reassociating or
Keep
is this
on going.
therapy?
What?
Nothing.
Did you drink the entire case of beer that you were talking about the other day?
No, I haven't had a chance because now I'm like,
Was that bottle of wine full when you opened it at 5 o'clock?
Oh, no. It was not full. I used like some of it for cooking.
Was it the second bottle you opened tonight?
Windshield washer.
He's
TCG,
not
you were
saying
saying
no.
sorry. Justin, TCG, you were saying.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, and the third thing I am looking forward to is the fact that I have my own game and doing long-term play tests, because everyone who I've showed the game to so far says I need to fill out more of the back world, but the rule set is good for testing.
Yeah. Oh. I'm big about rule set. I don't care about setting. I hate most setting.
Well, admittedly, Mr. Max, it's a game not for you. You have a fair amount of magic with at least three of the characters, and the part you might get along with is the force of will. In the game, you basically have the force of will to create anime-style attacks.
No, you lost me.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't lose you there.
You had him until you said anime, and then he was like, "No."
It's the
Baron,
one
go
subject
ahead.
he knows more about than.
Well, a quick example is Kai created an attack where he creates like 1,000 or more tiny blades that cuts through an opponent.
That sounds like magic.
That is magic.
Technically, yes. I call it Hardium. It's a force of will ability. In my world, magic is split into two parts: your force of will and an element.
Yeah, same shit.
And the two do not combine very well.
Okay.
Renaming elves doesn't make them any less pointy-eared.
Duende are awesome. You know nothing.
I don't have elves in my game. It's all humans.
My game, no humans.
Yeah.
I skipped the complication of adding races and just for my first game, I decided to keep it simple.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Racial purity is always best.
I don't follow. So, Justin, what's wrong with you? You got fucking kicked by a horse in the air. That's right. Baron, what are you excited about for 2024?
Well, the things that I'm excited about is, and I said this in Bear's chat yesterday, and I don't know if he you yawning guy, just being involved with Bear and getting involved, as within the community and all that. I've really stepped back and actually taken a look at a lot of my thoughts and the way that I view things. And it's actually helped me kind of redefine where like my focuses should be, as opposed to, worrying about, oh, well, like some of the other talking heads out there. Oh, well, I hate this. I hate this. No, hate is so much, it's not for me, and just leave it at that. And it's taken a lot of that, and Bear, I do thank you for that, for helping me tweak my perspectives on where they should be going as opposed to where they were going.
I take no responsibility.
Oh, you're fully responsible.
Nope. Can't prove it in a court of law. Fuck you.
That's something I want to say. Like this attitude of like, well, that's all right, but that's not for me. That's an attitude I'd like to see more in 2024,
Exactly.
right? Just like, you know what? Sometimes it's all right. Do your own thing. I don't care. Oh, good night, Phil. And see you soon, I guess.
Good night.
Yeah.
Right, Bill.
Party on, man.
On Friday, we're gonna have a door game live with Phil of Werewolf. I think I'm drunk now, so don't take everything I say with a grain of salt.
Wait, this is not fair. He's drunk, but I'm not.
I'll be drunker soon.
I
Anything
mean,
else, Baron Jerk, you want to add? That's a very good comment. Like this, not for me. Like that's important thing.
The other thing is that I am very, I've been doing a lot of work. Hold on.
What the hell happened to that dog? That was the weirdest.
Mama just pulled up, so she was at the game store playing board games with Jade and his wife and everything. So
Hungar's here.
The birthday boy is back. Happy birthday! Now it's so
happy birthday, Hungar.
Birthday, Hungar.
I'm singing to you.
Bertha?
I was listening and it was saying that you guys were talking about, or it sounded like you guys were talking about what you'd like to see more of in the coming year.
Hunger. Clearly, we'd like to see more of Hunger.
Yes.
Well, no. I would like to see more of Hungar, not in the hospital. That's what I'd like to see more of this year.
What I would like to see more of when it comes to Hungar is more nerds models, such as him on a tank, him in a DACA jet with a orc DACA jet and other things like that.
The one we need is the Triceratops.
Yeah,
that would be good.
Can we bring that picture back up?
Sure. Give me a second.
We need Hungar spread throughout the ages, like he's an immortal that's been from the time of the ancient man to the future of the Imperium type thing.
Hi, Mrs. G-Rock.
Hungar says hi.
Hi, everybody.
Is she also safe?
Yes, she is very safe.
Okay, just making sure.
He just got home from the game store.
Good.
That's even better.
If I hear pants rattling.
Hungar claws.
Bruce came up with a T-shirt idea for me. Tiger to Freeze from Dune, but with my Afro head on it and the stained lips.
Oh, that reminds me. Justin and I have a shirt idea that we want to do for you, Hungar. I still have to paint. I'm going to be printing it tomorrow and then painting it shortly afterwards. So I have 5 female figures. I'm going to put them up by themselves, take a picture of one of my orcs sitting in front of them, and then Justin's going to Photoshop your face on top of the females.
Just the females?
Motherfucker.
Females? That's backwards, bro.
Okay, do both then.
Don't share that picture because if you do, my penis will only be for show after that. The bodies are hot, but the face is Hunger.
Be like 5 orcs behind the female.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm reversing it.
Yeah, it's not funny.
Listen, Rianne Johnson. No one likes subverted expectations anymore.
Yeah, that went out with 2012.
I got you being on for like 15 seconds and another chaos ensue already.
Welcome to my world, Blythe. Welcome to my world.
That's right. One of Hungar's shirt had to be explained to Janet from Another Planet, which I was almost sure we're going to get kicked off YouTube that day.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I made that shirt.
Yeah. Shouldn't brag about that, but whatever.
Yeah.
Baron, is there something you wanted to add?
Yeah, actually, and then gaming wise, there's one that I came across that's called Mythic Bastionlands, and its inspiration comes from the Prince Valiant comics, the movie Excalibur, Pendragon TTRPG, the Green Knight movie, and a little bit of Elden Ring thrown in there. So I'm kind of interested in that, just for the simple fact of, especially mixing the Prince Valiant and Excalibur together, kind of, because I Sunday morning papers, you had the funny papers and Prince Valiant there every time. That was one of the ones I used to read. So yeah, definitely that one I think is going to be on my I definitely want to play list.
Yeah, the Bastionland series is pretty good from what I see.
Yeah, that's something that's been on my radar. I need to look into that. I'm interested in it, but I want to learn more about it. Oh, Crispy, just before you run, do you have anything you like share with us, like what you're excited about for 2024?
Well, I think it'll be 2024 is going to be a great year. Very optimistic that our project Max with some of the others is going to bear fruit. I think it's going to be really good, just to show people, more people how we're playing these games, and that should be a lot of fun. So more games, more different systems, all sorts of stuff. I think I'm really excited about it. I think 2024 is going to be a banner year. Really good.
Yeah. I'm very excited about it as well. Yeah.
So I have to run. I've put off my guests long enough. I need to get back to them. But happy New Year to everybody.
Party on, man.
Happy New Year.
Thank Yes.
Yeah.
Nice
Take
to
care.
meet you. Yeah. And,
Also,
you're out of the
we-
hospital, I hope, sir. Are you Mr. Hungar? You're yeah. Okay. Good. Well, that's good news. Happy New
Take
Year.
care.
and I have to say, we don't go for
Thank
law and
you.
order around here, law dog. I love
Back
that.
under the crushing weight of 6 men. How do you feel being a pillar, Hungar?
I can handle it.
Max, put me down where crafting gamer is because I think I got to do some heavy lifting there with Hungar. There we go. I got you back, son.
You wanted the good looking dudes on the bottom.
I wanted the handsome men on the bottom. That's right. Wait, no, I'm not a bottom. Whoa, no.
Oh, yeah. I don't know with all those
wait.
I'm gonna clip that and send it straight to Victor.
Victor's coming here?
Bipolar bear?
No, I wish you was.
Bipolar
But, you know.
bear.
Yes. We've all heard the bipolar bear joke. Thank you kindly.
That's the first time I heard it. It was fun.
I will send my loyal army of high ninja lady boys against you, and you will all pay.
Yeah.
You never heard the okay? I will tell you the bipolar bear story just because it's fun to say. I was a big fan of the character bipolar bear on the Tick. Trouble afoot, but some days I can't get out of bed. So I went on to a forum at the time, and I chose a username, and I put bi-polar bear, thinking it was bipolar bear. Turns out people were reading it as polar bear, and I got treated like a woman for quite a while, and I got a lot of things I never needed to get shown to me or sent to me, or hey baby, and I was like, okay, it's time to change that name real fucking quick.
The worst thing that ever happened to me with something like that is I got a new phone number, and it ended up being the phone number of a very promiscuous homosexual dude who liked to give out that phone number still at bars and shit. So I'd be hanging out. It was like text message, open up dick. And it was like the nonstop dick pics. After a week, I changed my number. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Didn't you used to be on Amigo?
After a week, my balls were like big, like watermelon.
Oh, okay.
No,
we have a very
fucking
popular.
gremlin go.
His daughter in the background.
Yeah, we have a very popular pizza chain in this country called 2 for 1. They used to be a lot bigger in the 90s. Their phone number was 2 for 1 02 for 1, and for some reason people couldn't get that their number wasn't 2 for 1 8 1 8 1. Yeah.
So you kept like having call for pizza
like 3 dozen times a week.
I had a friend like his phone number was close to Domino's Pizza, and when you actually call him, he always answered Domino's Pizza.
There's a song from the 80s.
We did that for quite a bit.
Jeannie, I've got your number. And that was an actual phone number that was in service for quite a while. I think it's
8675309. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You're talking to Gen X, Connell, please.
You can go up to anybody. You can go up to most people my bear's age and ask them what Jenny's number is, and they will tell you 8675309.
Just in
Jenny, I got your number.
It was
make you mine.
It was my Wi-Fi password for a very long time, and people would ask me, well, why do you have that? Jenny 8675309. They go, why do you have that? And I go, who in the hell would actually think of a Wi-Fi password that was Jenny 8675309?
All right, Crafting Gamer had his hand up, eh?
Yeah.
Crafting Gamer, you want to say something?
I'm the only sober one. I might as well jump in and be like police.
Thank you.
I have a response to phone numbers I don't recognize. It's very simple. Hoffman's Morgue Brown Grill. May we serve you today?
I don't laugh, Carl. I don't fucking.
You'd be amazed how many times people just hang up.
I just don't answer it.
I ignore them now.
Yeah, just answer it.
I don't actually cut down on the amount of phone calls.
Okay, I'm lying. I absolutely answer because I'm hoping it's going to be one of those fucking, this is the Canadian government. There's a problem with your passport. Press 1 to speak to one of our agents. So I can press and I go, hello, yes, this is Raj from the thing. And I go, fuck you, get a real job. You're an embarrassment to your family.
I ignore them, and if they really need to talk to me, and if it's important, they will leave a voicemail.
I live in an apartment building, and at least once a week I get a call for a vent cleaning service.
I do too, and I get a call from a solar power or solar installers. Would you like to have solar on your home this year? Sure.
Yeah, no, like
great.
for
We can fix our
ventilation.
guy out. Here's the number
Not
you
you,
call.
lady boys.
All right, we've lost complete control of this. Hungar, you are a fucking force of nature, buddy.
Yeah. Whoops, sorry guys.
So happy we just wandered
What
in
I
here.
want to see more of in 2024 is titties. That's what I want to see more.
I knew you were going to say that.
I second
was
that.
saying boobs, but I knew you were going to say that.
I want to see more titties 2024.
Yeah.
I thought you were giving up porn, so
I am giving up porn. I want to see them in person.
oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair. It's a step in the right direction.
And next he knows it was a bunch of men with men titties that come up and go, "Are these it? Are these what you need?"
One of your mine.
I don't think he's been hanging out with Bear that much.
Really, Justin? You want violence? Is that what you're doing, buddy?
You're the one who's been talking about lady boys all night.
He is the bipolar bear.
I'll fucking touch you.
Look into my eye.
My lower.
My first book says my hearing's bad. I thought Hungar said kitties.
Yeah, you're blessed. I hope
You
that's
know
what he
what? I
said.
wouldn't
wanna
mind
see
seeing more
kitties.
kitties too, because kitties are cool.
Hi to Ruby,
Yeah.
by the way. Happy New Year to both.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, everybody.
I could see a lot more kittens,
Claudio.
and I'd be happy about that.
Yeah.
Become a furry, you can see kitty titties.
No.
No.
Okay, just option B.
Well, I mean, you're partially there. I mean, you got the.
That's not how that
I'm a
works.
dwarf.
Well, you know, then if you can become a furry, you can hang out with fucking Greg from Dueling Dragons Adventure, like Aris Chronicle, and with Max Liao, right?
No. Nah, I'm good.
That is
How did
random
I even
hate.
get started with
Can you imagine
Max?
how much that smells?
Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm going. Jesus
I mean, realistically, that has to be the stinkiest thing ever. I've worn fire bunker gear, and that stuff stinks. The bunker gear stinks. Now, imagine bunker gear with fur on it.
And that
Okay.
you've been.
That you've been
yeah.
doing nasty shit in.
Yeah.
Yeah, my angry
Yeah.
dolphin doesn't want any part of that. Whenever people
My
say, "Bruce, you wanna be
anaconda
furry?"
don't want none.
So I
That's
want
why
to
you
say
just burn the costume
thanks
and
to
we
everybody
make
that
it.
watched and joined us for the previous stream. Now the stream is going into chaos, so I'm not ending the stream now, but I just want to thank you now. For joining.
You can find me my future videos on this channel.
Hungar took a nap. He's all rested up and ready to rumble.
To be completely honest, I'm highly impressed you were able to hold in the nonsense for as long as you did.
I'm impressed the stream went as smooth as it did, man.
Bear, you need to see that coffee that Bruce has. Bruce,
That's
bring
all
that
right.
coffee back out.
Yeah, it's got
No,
bears
no.
on it.
No, what the name of it is.
Blackout coffee, Mama Bear. Okay, well, I'm a Papa Bear bitch. So
You said your bottom though.
He's
yeah, well, that don't mean I ain't a Papa Bear. You heard the term power bottom?
Yeah.
Bruce, do you have a marker? You just need to draw a penis on that somewhere. It'll be good for him.
A marker? No, I've got plenty of paint though.
Just a quick penis on the back. It'll make
Which he
Bear
quickly turned it
look
into a hyena at that at that point. Hyenas are female hyenas have unusable dicks.
Wow.
Oh,
Things I didn't ever need to
okay.
know.
It's called a pseudo penis.
This stream brought to you by Mutual of Omaha's Wild America.
Up next on What the Fuck Theater?
We
So,
cloud our eyes.
I thought we had a good stream. We thought we
Winter
could
D has it best.
about like.
Winter D says, ending on a stake of a frayed costume outfit post lovemaking would have been a bad or a bold move.
Oh my God, let's see how it works out for him.
Just watch the last 2 minutes of Max Boy Vaughn's stream where they're talking about the stank of a furry costume after they peel the famunda out of it. It's great.
So Winter Willow wants us to talk about RPG Jesus. Well, let me tell you about this great campaign setting in a comic I have. It's called X-Apostles. And it's the whole idea that basically the apostles are actually X-Men and that Jesus is the first mutant and they have to defend him against the Roman sentinels who are coming to take him down. But the X-Apostles are there.
How about nuns with guns? With nuns with guns and muscle cars in the wasteland of the post-apocalypse.
Wait, okay, listen. I'm gonna fucking talk about what I'm excited about for 2024 and 2024 because I didn't fucking get to.
How do you know he's drunk? He started with listen.
Listen.
We don't need to hear
in French.
about
He would have been in French.
my camp, man.
Good luck. You know what? One thing that when I'm drunk, I fucking put my hand on people's neck a lot, and it fucking like drive my sister crazy. Like I talk to her like, yeah.
Manfred guy just said, "Did you just make that shit up, or is that really a thing?" It was it's on my channel. My regular stream. The X-Apostles joke is an old joke, but it actually came from we were standing around in the 90s in a fucking comic shop, me and a bunch of my friends, and we just saw XXXXX titles and everyone was going on about it. And I went, well, Jesus was a mutant, so let's, and then I went off and rambled about X-Apostles for 20 minutes, and it's now it's a very old joke. But yes, I made it up.
So what I'm excited about for 2024, I said a bit with this game with the bear there, the Palladium game. That's gonna be a lot of fun, I'm sure.
Not with that much expectation on it.
What? Well,
not when you put that much expectation on it. It's going to suck now.
I said before, RPG are like sex. I don't get any. No, RPG are like sex. You have to bring your own fun. You're responsible for your own fun, right?
Mr. Max, can I clarify something for somebody?
Maybe.
Well, it's a comment. Commander Pot Gaming Post Gaming.
Yeah.
The nuns with guns I'm referring to isn't a porn. It's an actual one-page RPG of guns.
No, it is a porn.
Guns and fast cars in the post-apocalypse.
No. New nuns with big guns. I think that's what they're referring to. It's not really porn. It's like a sleazy movie, but it's not porn. It's just a bad sleazy movie.
I don't know.
I've never seen it. I ain't that much of a degenerate.
Bruce and
Mr. Max is sitting there. Yes. Hit me with the ruler. Hit me with the ruler. And a bad boy.
He's just saying that to the TV screen. There's no one else with him.
Exactly.
And also, because other people got to shield their shit, I'm hoping in 2024 I'm gonna have like a complete version of Winter Dawn, which is going to be renamed. It's not going to be like a final version, but it's going to be a complete one that's going to be playable and stuff like that. And what?
Well, the question I have is, when are you and Bear going to make it formal and switch your game names?
Yeah, at some point we're going to trade in the game's name.
Monsieur Boivin, Makut, would you like to have ownership and logo of the name Bastard Sword for your system, sir?
It's a pretty good name. It's a pretty good logo too.
Yeah, I'm very proud of the work I did. Yeah. Would you like it? Would you like it? No. The deal is on the table now. Yes or no? I don't want Winter Dawn, but would you like the name? Yes or no?
Yeah, I think I'd like.
Merry Christmas, sir. I will send you the files with the SVG and everything else. You may have Bastard Sword, and I will rename my game something else.
You could do better than something else, bro.
No, I'm gonna call it I'm gonna call it the Bruce Lombardo the game. That's what I'm
gonna Bruce, you can call yours Winter Dawn.
Give me a second, Mr. Boivin. You have been nothing but a friend with me. You are currently living in my favorite place in the world, and I have enjoyed every moment of game design conversation we have had, and nothing would make me happier than to see the game name go somewhere where it will be of value. So, sir, it is yours. Merry Christmas.
Well, I'm going to make a game kind of based off of Bastard Sword, if you don't mind, but it's going to be thief-centric, and I'm going to name it Sneaky Bastard Sword.
Well, I'll talk to him. He owns the name now.
Now, Bruce could change his game name to the Donkey Show, because every time I'm in one of his games, we're using donkeys to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And one of the players is summoning a donkey for combat. I actually labeled the Donkey of Doom, and now even he's calling it his Donkey of Doom. I was just being a smart ass.
Works.
Donkeys make sense.
We use donkeys to ferry everything. All the material goods, wheat, flour, goods. We use that's the way they do it. That's the common
Shaking a cobalt to shaking a cobalt to the point that it's literally broken into almost multiple pieces.
Lots of fun.
You see, I knew what I'm talking about.
Oh, did I break anything?
I'm kind of out of topic, guys. You know, like,
share the image I just put.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, there you go. Bastard Sword coming out in 2024.
Yeah,
Mr. Bovan original.
Listen to me. This is the game.
Well, I expect a credit. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I expect a credit in there somewhere.
This art was originally produced by Max.
So,
based on an original idea by Mr. Boivin, no one else, certainly not some fat fucking English guy. What? That's the strangest credit ever.
I'm going back to bed, you motherfuckers.
See what he does? He comes in like Chaos Claus. He's like, chaos, gotta go.
Yes. I come in, I stir the pot, get shit going. I'm like, later, fuckers.
Don't forget to watch what was that movie called again? Discreet Agenda or whatever.
The what? I'm not helping you with your fucking doxing of me.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Hungar.
Happy birthday, Hungar.
See
you don't look a day over 12.
Yeah.
You can play him Chronos game then.
Over 12.
No, he's too old at 12. He'd have to be a couple of years younger.
May your wish to see more boobs happen this year.
Yeah.
See more boobs, stay out of the hospital.
Huge.
Yeah.
And may they not be wrinkly and saggy.
I don't care if they're wrinkly or saggy. They're boobs.
Yeah.
Wait, is it Ron White?
Male.
If it was Ron White, they ask a man, you want to see my boobs? Yes. We have to see every pair because we're men.
When you see one set of those bastards, you want to see the rest.
Yeah.
True story.
Dirty look I'm getting from my daughter.
And now,
well, this is why you should wear earbuds or headphones.
There is now holding up the other cheeks.
That's not bad.
What is not bad?
There,
Yeah,
hold your head up, drink your neck.
I'm putting it. Is it going to be Bastard Sword or Bastard's Word?
Sorry, someone asked me a question. I missed it.
Oh, I was making a joke. I said, hold your head up straight. You'll crink your neck. You're right beneath everybody. You're holding up all the weight.
Oh, yeah.
Bring it, bitches.
I hate
Hey, watch the hand. At least warm them up. Hey.
Watch as I work Baron G's head.
Oh, yeah.
I wish StreamYard would even out the layout a bit more. By the
Brian James, Happy New Year, sir.
What you can custom the layout.
Yeah, but I'm lazy.
But I'm lazy. Yeah, you can make custom layouts.
I hate fucking up with that shit.
Stupid duck.
What are we talking about?
The layout, the people on the screen. You can do custom ones.
But to be honest, I think we're gonna wrap up now because now we're just going into fucking chaos. Unless you have something you want to talk about. What?
Yeah, fuck you, Mountain Time and West Coast. No Happy New Year's for you.
Yeah.
Well, no,
cut off just 1 minute before 2:00. So
that's probably what is gonna happen by the time we wrap up and stuff like that. If you wanna stretch it out, but fucking say something smart because
I gotta get up early in the morning and go have breakfast with a friend.
Oh really? Yeah.
Oh, really?
So let's wrap that out. And you know what? People that are not in Eastern time, I hope you have somebody making their own stream. You know, it is what it is. I carry it over like the East and the Central time. And the old geek did the Europe kind of bullshit, right?
Yes. Europe bullshit.
So I think it's gonna be like let's go around. If you have
now.
like final wall, I'm gonna just go around like in a circle. Like I'm gonna start Grafting Gamer because that's all the layout is now. Go ahead, Grafting Gamer. Yeah, any final word before I wrap up the stream, before I lose the ability to speak?
Couple of things. I hope everybody had a good Christmas. I hope everybody has a good New Year. I hope everybody has a good year overall, and I hope Mr. Max gets a beaver-shaped chainsaw.
Beaver-shaped chainsaw.
I don't need chainsaw anymore. I move out of the wood now.
Doesn't
Why
matter.
did you move out of the woods?
What?
Why did you move out of the woods? I thought that was what you wanted.
Yeah, I'm too old now. I'm too old, and I don't have family. So
you're 30.
I'm not 30. I'm 41.
Oh.
he couldn't find a beaver-shaped chainsaw. That's why he moved.
Bruce, I think I'm the youngest here at 32.
Okay, but Max doesn't really. He doesn't look within 10 years of me.
Thank you.
No, I will have to admit he does not look like he's in his 40s. He looks like he should be in his 30s.
It's because of the lighting.
Lightning.
Lighting. Yeah, you know. Justin, say something smart.
All right.
Was that gas coming out of a chamber? What the fuck was that?
That was my nose.
It was all the steam escaping.
Something smart. I say something smart every now and then.
Yeah.
But not on demand.
Final thought, like you want to say the final parting word. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be smart. I don't want to
have a good night, everybody. Eat something healthier than Taco Bell. But try to get me a sponsorship by them because I could use the free food.
Why would you do that?
Hey, if it's free, I don't care. I don't know. Have a good night, everybody. I'm too drunk.
Connell.
All right, hold that thought.
Sorry.
I want everybody out there to get home safely from if you're not at home watching us or wherever you're at, get home safely.
It's like people are going to be not at home watching that shit show.
It's kind of why I didn't say that.
I'm my auto skill. All right.
In the bar.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Donald, you laughed.
Y'all.
New Year's happened an hour and 49 minutes ago, man.
This coming Sunday, you can find me, Omenau, Justin, Shadow, whoever else decides to show up at 4 o'clock Central Time. We will be doing the first movie for a year of nothing but sci-fi movies. I know Bear wants to make a comment to that because I'm sure very little movies on this list will count as sci-fi. You too there, big boy. Hey, boo-boo. We will be starting out with Masters of the Universe. 1980 something He-Man movie, and that's why
I'm 7.
Oh, with Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah. I thought I made a Dolph Lundgren bear joke earlier. Go watch Across the Agents of Time or whatever it was called.
Go home drunk, you're Justin.
Baron, any parting word? If you can stretch those parting word, like all of you together for 10 minutes, we might do the Happy New Year.
I got you covered. Viewership will drop off, but I got you covered.
Bear's been sitting there typing up a script. Okay. No, everyone.
2024.
Hey, it's called Hidden Agenda. I looked it up.
Just to put your hand
I'm
back on
actually.
screen.
I'm going to.
Let's get Dolph Lundgren a minute, man. You want to watch that movie?
Anytime now, Baron G. Anytime.
Sorry. So I'm actually going to steal this from my very good friend from New Zealand. This is how he normally signs off his his streams on Twitch, and I love the way he does it, so I'm stealing it or procuring it. Time is a finite resource. You have spent some of that time with us tonight, and we'd like to thank you for it. And we hope that you've been entertained, and we hope that you will come back again. Make sure you do sub to all of these gentlemen. They are very good, especially Bear, because he needs it, because he needs to hit 2 grand very quickly.
Yeah, give him your money, like your real monies or your fake monies.
Yeah. And make sure that you do check us out on Thursday. We are going to be on Table Breakers discussing the way to, as a GM, alternatives to railroading.
Oh, that's good. That's a good topic. Yeah. Bruce, parting word.
Thank you for spending the time with us that you did. Appreciate those of you that offered something in chat or offered us mild or even harsh criticism. Thank you so much for the time, and come see us on our affiliate channels. Do drink Blackout coffee. Do not drink Black Rifle coffee. Thank you so much.
I got no fucking money from that sponsorship. Bear.
Yeah.
Any parting words that you want to leave us? Some wisdom or something?
19 minutes. Let's see what I can do.
7 minutes.
No. Oh, yeah. 7 minutes. I can do this. All right. Beautiful. All right. So,
19
no, listen. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. You know, be good. Love each other. Be nice to each other. You know, just fucking chill. Get your heads out of your asses and face the fucking dawn with a fresh fucking outlook and some fresh air up your nose, and stop hanging on to the old shit. Let it go. It's not benefiting you in any way, shape, or form. Just let it go and accept that there are some things in life you will never get closure on. And once you accept them, they automatically close on their own and you move forward. Play the games you love, hang out with the people you love, eat the foods you love. Just fucking life is way too short for hate. Be positive, move forward, change the world yourself. Gandhi said it. He wasn't wrong. Be the change you want to see in the world. Well, positivity is the way to go. Thank you for spending time with us. We really appreciate it. These are some great fucking people. And yeah, we talk shit and we say stupid stuff and people like to be shocking. But at the end of the day, these are good people. Subscribe to their channels. Stay the fuck away from mine. Leave me the fuck alone. Back Heroic, give me your money. Happy New Year.
Extra give them your money.
Yeah, guys, thank you for everybody that joined, and thank you for people that joined in chat. Thank you for people that joined here, me on the panel. Those guys here, the other guy that jumped in, Brian Game Master, Brian Gaming with HD, Crispy, Ongar. Am I forgetting somebody? I'm sorry for forgetting somebody.
Who the hell is Brian?
Cody.
Cody, of course. Yeah,
GM.
I'm gonna forget Cody.
Who the hell is Brian?
Cody need to be fucking like over 500 subscriber at least, like now, right? Just like it's a travesty, right?
I can't subscribe to him again. I've already subscribed. If I hit that button, I'll unsubscribe.
It's a legit crime that he doesn't have 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah. I want to ask a serious question. Who the hell is Brian of ADHD? I only know Brian from London.
Yeah. And yeah, 2023 was a tumultuous year, right? A lot of like controversy, a lot of scandals, stuff like that. Let's just fucking leave that behind. And I know 2024, for my American friend out there, I know a lot of you American, a lot of people listening are American. It's gonna be election year. Don't let that get to you. Focus on the thing that matter in your life, which politics is not one of them. Like, you have no control about that. Fucking like spend more time with the people you love. That's what I'm doing here. That's what we're doing when we're streaming together. I love those guys. We care about each other. We're buddies, right? We're friends. So spend more time with the people you love. Like Baron said, time is a precious resource. Spend less time with the fucking people that annoys you. Focus on the thing that you want to do in your life, right? Make time for it. sometimes we try to organize games and stuff like that, and people say like, well, yeah, I'd like to join your game. It's a matter of time. You have to make fucking time. That's something I love about this hobby, role-playing game, right? It's something you can put on your schedule. You say, well, you're gonna play like every fucking Saturday of the month, whatever time frame you decide upon. Then you make you reserve this period of time in your month for that event, because that's a way to maintain those relationships. Job, money, all those other fleeting things, they don't matter as much as the people that you really care about, your buddies, your friend, your family, whoever you play with, whoever you want to spend time with. Spend time with people you love. Spend less time with people that fucking annoys you. Focus on the thing you like. Leave the thing you don't like behind. Don't fucking give them energy. Let the hate go. And I hope, saying that I'm gonna see you again. That you're gonna subscribe to all those guys and the other guy that joined in. And I did my best. We're still like 2 minutes 15 now.
Furthermore, Carthage must be destroyed.
Yes. Yes, the Carthage.
If I can get over,
Mr. Kata,
if I can get over the amount subs I need to get super chats, I will hold a random rolling, and whoever wins will get a case of yogurt and D-Force.
No. I want you to promise me that if you get the number of things you need for super chats, you'll be sober for an hour.
An hour.
So Bear,
I gotta make it a reasonable amount of time. Like
it's like every dollar that Connell is gonna receive in super chat is gonna not drink for an hour.
No, because that might last 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna get him out. No, but we joke about that and stuff like that. But like I'm big into like bettering yourself. That's also something I want to see for the year, right?
Yeah.
We all have flaws. We all have issues that we have to deal with. We have to be patient with other people, with their issue they have to deal with. Nobody's perfect. We're not perfect, and we need to try to better ourselves. And we need to be compassionate with people that struggle with stuff as well. You don't know the battle that people are fighting internally. So that's also something I wanted to call for people.
All right, Susan, it's almost 2:00. You can stop drunk rambling.
All right, fuck's sake, man. I tried. I did my best, man. I think
That wasn't Beans, Chad. That was Misty. Misty just had a fight with Beans and lost, so I was making him feel better.
All right, guys. In 20 minutes, in 20 seconds, sorry.
Some other time zone will be good.
Some other time zone is gonna be in 2024. Is it gonna be mountain then?
Yes.
Mountain, yep.
Yeah. So mountain time in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Move to a real time zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, move to a real time zone.
Congratulations, you did something we all did 2 hours ago.
Happy New Year to
I still got another hour to
Arizona.
go.
Yeah, and in for people like Pacific time, well,
We don't care. You don't matter. We don't like you.
You guys don't exist
That's
anymore.
far, no.
Sorry, avocado time.
You're getting
Across
eaten
the
by the
mountain,
Langoliers.
those are different people.
The Langoliers. Who the fuck brought up the Langoliers?
I did.
I don't know.
Who's random?
Stop
All right,
drinking.
We
I'm
were
ending the
talking about
stream now.
Stephen King
We made it
earlier.
to 2 in the morning Eastern time, which is midnight mountain time. So happy New Year to everybody. Thank you for listening and thank you for joining. Thank you for joining in chat. I hope nobody's gonna watch that on replay, but if you do, well, because I hope you got something from it.
Besides,
and thank you for everybody that joined me on the panel.
Yeah,
fun.
Talk to you all soon, guys. I'm ending the stream now. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.